start again. Hi guys. Hi. I'm coming around the desk and I am going live. All right. Okay. See how that goes. Mirror off. Perfect. Okay. Come on. Oh. Okay. Hi guys. Hi. If you haven't been in here before, I'm just getting set up. Hello, hello. Holy moly. So much to do. Hi, Kim. Good morning. Good morning. I'm getting set up. One of my iPads is just being a little bit of a wacko. So I don't know if I've got the power button pushed in the stand or what. Good morning, Susan. Good morning. All right. Press home to unlock. That's what I thought I did. All right. It's trying, guys. It's trying. It doesn't understand. Stupid iPad. I don't know what's going on. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm getting set up. I hope you can see. I kind of did a little bit differently for the time being. I don't know how well that's going to stay, but yeah. We're going to be doing some tarot and having a lot of fun here in just a second. If this iPad will just cooperate, we'll see. Press home to unlock. There we go. There we go. I think it's going to be talking to us now. Yay! All right. Excellent. And we're on. Big Bad Journal going this way. Oh my gosh. Still figuring it out. I got some more stuff built for the other room, and I don't know if all my singing bowls will fit in the cubbies that I built, but okay, whatever. And, oh, guys, look what I did. You're going to die. I went and got a second copy of Tarot of the Unfolding Path. I love this deck, guys, and I inked it. I had to, of course. So this was the one that I had originally. This is the backup. I love this deck. Oh, on the bottom we have the Star and Chariot, just in case you're interested in seeing. So yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. I got that. I got a Marchetti deck, and I found a deck that I had never even heard of. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find the box. It's like the Sotilgium, something like that. And these are the cards. They're great. Great. So that's what we've got. So hooray, good morning. I have some new tarot cards in. I've got the Witch Sisters and also a Big Bad Marchetti deck. Oh my gosh. This one is the Mystic Palette. That one. Also got that one. Look how big these cards are. I mean, they are giant. But they should be very, very fun. So, if you pay for a read, let me know what's going on. I start the show usually doing a few freebies that are just micro reads, like 3 quick cards, and then we get on the list and get the paid list going, and then we just go until my vocal cords will need a reprieve. Hi, Janica. Good morning, honey. Good morning. So, yeah, feel free to screen record. I think it's recording. Phil isn't here, but I pushed record, so, you know, fingers crossed you'll get some of this. You'll see kind of odd angles, but you might be able to see the cards, I think, hopefully. So, Steph, will you hear from Ben? Let's take a look. We are going to go into the Enchanted Dreamer and see what we got going on for Steph. Will you hear from Ben? Just quick yes, no. Let's see what's going on. 8 of Cups. 2 of Coins. It's like, come say, come ça. I'm thinking not so likely. The Wheel of Fortune says fortune favors the bold, but neither of these characters are bold. One's trying to juggle something, one's walking away, and the Wheel of Fortune says the timing isn't right on this. So I'm thinking no. I wish I could say yes. I would love to say yes. However, I'm getting no, so that's what I got for you. So maybe it's going to be a little later than you think, and I'm thinking when you ask that question, I would think within like a week of time is where my brain went, so maybe a little bit later. Who knows? But that's what I've got. So you're welcome, Steph. No problem at all. Lanny, will we move to Arizona this year? Oh, Lanny. Let me see if I can find my one. I have a couple favorite cards for moving questions. And I'm looking for the Everyday Enchantment by Poppy Palin. It's one of my best for that one. But my cards are, well, look, guys. Everything is higgledy-piggledy in here. Higgledy-piggledy indeed. Higgledy-piggledy. So let me see if I can find them. If I can't, we'll just get another deck and look. I can't find them just yet. We will look in a different deck. That's just all there is to it. So, will you move to Arizona? We're going to go to the Green Witch. That might be a good one for this. Not the Garden Witch, the Green Witch. So we're going to see. Will you move to Arizona this year? take a hot look. And hopefully you guys can see me well enough. I'm still getting used to the lighting and stuff and all of this in here, but it's going pretty good. Arizona. I'm in the cards for the Arizona question. We should move to Arizona. This one wants to come. Prepare yourself. I think, yes, you will. Very interesting. We've got the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Coins, and the King of Coins. Now, this one takes a little bit of time. Be prepared. Be prepared to do so. It takes discipline, and this is something that is going to take a lot of planning, intention, accuracy, energy, money, that kind of thing. But the Nine of Pentacles here, happiness, really good rewards there. And then the Knight of Pentacles moving forward, but it's a slow pace. I think the answer is yes, just perhaps not as soon as you want. So let me take a look there. And I might put the overhead light on because I want to be able to read the screen a little easier. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to step away and come back. So just 1 second. Sarah, hi, just sent me a Venmo. Okay, I'm going to adjust the light so I can see better, and I will be right back. 1 second. Let me move the oracles out of the way. I hope this isn't too bad, guys. Bear with me. Hopefully this makes it a little brighter for you guys too, because it was like I was filling in the bat cave and I wasn't ready for that. Oh yeah, that's way better. It might be a little bit more glare on the glasses, so sorry on that. But Sarah, okay. And Sarah, we're looking, I think you said you were in the Venmo, so just 1 second. Yeah, Sarah. Okay, so I see that you sent $30. I don't know if you want the year ahead or if you want a one question tarot. So if you will let me know, just a mini general. Okay, you got it. Hang on, and we'll put these here and we'll get going. Let's see. I want to go into the Marchettis. We're going into the Sarah Marchettis for Sarah. Okay, for Sarah. The paid list is open, so if you guys do make a payment, here's the price list. Here's what's going on. Here's how you can pay me. Info's in the bio. And please tell Kim what kind of read. She helps me keep my brain on, because once I get going and I'm in the cards, I'm in the cards. I won't even look up like I'm in the cards for Sarah. What's going on? General. Let's see what's going on. We're going to do the Australian 10 layout. So here we go. Hopefully you can see that these cards are big bad cards. All right, let's see what's going on. One more. These look like fire. Love it, love it, love it. One. King of Wands. Knight of Wands coming up. Page of Wands. I've spread these from like 3 different directions. These have been multi-shuffled. What is all this fire? King of Coins. Interesting. Okay, hang on. I gotta get my desk back. Really, really interesting. It's like the core of the issue is balancing out an overly fiery temperament. You've got the Knight of Wands here, the Page and the King, and then you have here this King of Coins. Hopefully, I'm gonna scooch these so you can see them. I mean, they're big. This is you in the situation now. The challenge is to slow it down and not be impetuous and reckless. The King of Wands wants to lead. Natural leader, born leader. People tend to follow what they say. They get people riled up, excited, and like, let's go. And they just lead. Now, the Knight of Wands sometimes charges in a little bit recklessly. The Page will send the message, and she's always down for the party, always sending messages out. This is consciously, you're trying to send the message out, but before I could even go forward to the subconscious, I went to the position of now and got the King of Coins. This is a need for grounding, a need to be more in a grounded space is coming up. All right. We've got subconscious, recent past, future. Ooh. Okay. Then we have environment around you. Hopes and fears. Likely outcome. Wow. You're going to get surprised. I'm going to see if I can scooch this. Well, that's a little bit better. Hopefully you can see that. All right. So we've talked about these a little bit. This is what's got me excited. Subconsciously, you have the Star, your hopes and dreams and wishes coming true. What you're stewing and brewing in is the subconscious, where you're sitting in and you're kind of steeped in the tea. That's our subconscious. It's already all the conscious thoughts we go in, and then things we mull over, and your hopes and dreams are right here. The message that you want to put out is something that's the conscious thoughts, recent past. This is beautiful. This is the 10 of Coins. Look how gorgeous this is. This is the energy of beauty all around you, of abundance, of legacy, of breakthrough, this kind of stuff. It feels like there's been transformative energy in your life recently that's really assisting you in moving forward. Whether you realize it or not, you have already accrued quite a bit. This is a very grounding energy. This is a grounding energy. So this inspiration, if you could temper it just a wee bit, it would help. Star card wants some healing from the passion being overkill isn't the right word. On overdrive or overheated. It needs to settle down is what I'm getting. Then here you have the Two of Swords, a choice to be made. You're going to be at the decision point coming up. Look how gorgeous these are. This is Cyril Marchetti's Mystic Palette, and it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now here, very, very interesting. We have the Wheel of Fortune here, and this one, and this one. I love this energy. This is the environment around you with the Wheel of Fortune, and then this richness of the past that is legacy. Legacy of gifts, legacy sometimes of money or inheritance. This inherited wealth that wants to go forward. Got the Queen of Coins in the hopes and fears, and this is do I dare? And the Queen of Coins doesn't usually come up as a do I dare, but she certainly does here. She's very stabilizing, very practical. Do I dare? Do I dare? This is probably why we've got fiery here. There has been preparation, readiness, and you're in this time where, yeah, you can go forward and ought to go forward. Follow your emotions, not just the hot idea or the hot passionate thing, but follow the emotions where they're leading, where the emotions of spirit lead you, and you will be spotted. This is starts of new adventure. Here is a page down here. Here is a page right here. This is coming through really good. What are you going towards? It's like you have been busy working, very busy, even in the subconscious, so busy trying to get things to work together. I'm feeling like step off the gas a bit. You can keep going forward, but you don't have to go 90 miles an hour. Step off the gas a bit, and you'll be surprised. Slow down just a wee bit, just a wee bit. Even though you're in this position of wanting to go, 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 go. Slow down just a wee bit, sweetie. All right, what else do we got here? Slow down just a wee bit regarding the money. You don't want to create foolish decisions that stick you out in the cold. You've worked hard to accumulate things, and you're not being overly frivolous, but you're feeling a little bit on the outside, or a little bit like you don't have enough when you actually do. So look at how you're assessing where you're spending your currency. And when I talk currency in the coins, I'm not just talking the cash and the money and the dinero. I'm talking about energetic currency as well. Especially with the star being in here, it's something about slowing down is the challenge, and spending the energetic currency a little bit differently, and the money a little bit differently. You are at this point where you're making decisions. Let me look a little closer at that. Anything else that would advise us to making the decisions? Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, advice to making the decision. 7 of Coins. The fruits of labor. If you slow down, there's things you've already put money towards, energy towards, investment energy towards, that this is actually coming into fruition. It's like you've already planted the garden, you've already done the watering, keep up with the garden, keep the weeds out. That kind of metaphor is totally accurate for what you're doing. Energetically, you've already spent some of your energy and your currency, you've already inherited a gift, you've already inherited a talent, so to speak. You've already inherited what it is that needs to come forward. Now you just need to let the Wheel of Fortune have a little bit of time. That's what's going on here. Let things get ripe. In the future, in the near future, you have to make a decision. It doesn't feel like you need to rush into any decision. For the next 2 weeks, I'd just chill the fuck out a little bit. I really would. Because you can be a little indecisive, a little hesitant, and be just fine. With this guy racing, and with his energy saying slow down so you can really understand the value, I wouldn't race any further. I wouldn't race faster. I would just kind of chill a little bit and then go for it. You've got these energies that are highly grounding. Just because spring is here doesn't mean you need to go 90 miles an hour to anywhere. You need to get more clarity about what it is that your true north wants you to align with. And there's something coming up that's going to surprise you in the next few weeks. I want to get another Marchetti deck and look. We're going to go just a little crossover into Oracle just for a minute. Tell us about this surprise. This is a Marchetti Oracle. And I don't know if it's the Divine Legacy Oracle or what, but same artist. Ooh. 2 surprises coming up. This is why you shouldn't be rushing. Devil energy around. And though this doesn't say the devil, but something is encircling you. It's old wisdom and temptation for easy things. Don't be tempted by this. you're still weaving a fabric, so to speak. You're still weaving the experience. Whatever is being in the ground and growing, you're still weaving this. There is more coming in than you even realize. Look at these two. Look at the sparkle sauce over here. These sparkles, okay? You see those sparkles going on. This is the magic that's being woven in, and you need a little bit of time. Something about this surprise is going to come, and it's going to come as a surprise healing. I don't know what that's about. It feels like a surprise healing, a surprise letting go of something that finally, it's just like you finally have gotten chill on something. This is a letting go of a tempting or old pattern. Doesn't serve you anymore. You're shaking it off, even though you still have the fieriness about you. You're shaking some of this off, and it's a beautiful thing to see. You're also getting very, very grounded. You do need a little bit more of the coolness coming through, a little more of the water and air energy. You do need a little bit more of this energy to balance it out. Give it a little minute or so. Couple weeks. Give it a couple of weeks. Whatever the surprise is, it's going to surprise you emotionally in a good way, because you're going to be able to let go of something that's held on for far too long. This is what I'm getting for you. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. Now this out in the cold with the Page of Cups, you're not going to be out in the cold. This decision will need to be made, and you'll make it once the fruit is really, really ripe. That's what I'm getting. Anything else on this? Lucy's in the house. Lucy is one of my guides. She's in the house. She's saying, look at her weaving. She's not weaving like a mad woman. She knows precisely what she's doing. Her fingers are adept. Whatever you're doing, she's saying, your fingers are adept. It's not a word that is commonly chosen to use, but your fingers are adept. Okay, Lucy. Your fingers are adept. You're a nimble weaver in what you're doing with your dreaming, with your true north, in what you're doing that calls your soul to itself. Keep weaving it. Weave it slowly. Weave it carefully. Your fingers are adept. You know what's going on. Try to slow it down. It will be okay. Gentle your way through rather than forcing. Don't push, my dear. Don't push. Let it flow. You already know. I would say that to you as you have muscle memory about how to work through this situation, how to navigate the situation. I'm getting it. She's nodding. Yeah, you know how to work through the situation that's going to surprise you. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's beautiful. Holy cow. Okay. That's what we've got for you, honey. Gorgeous. I would say there's something about the next 14 days, and particularly I would get the next 12, 13, 14 days, that little interval. For now, just start chilling and flowing and don't push yourself too hard. I don't know what that's about or why, but that's what I got come through. So that's complete. Then this is the image that you are to remember. This is the one you're to let go of. So gorgeous, gorgeous energy. All right. Lisa is next. Full, general, whatever. Okay, Lisa. Give me a minute to get some water in me. And I might have to get up and go get some water in a second, but look at this. We'll get through Lisa's next. Full general for Lisa. Okay, we're going into the Sorbotillium. I had that book. I wanted to show it off to you guys. I don't see it, but we're going into it. Hang on. For Lisa. And this was another one that they featured the Chariot card on the front of the box, and it was just beautiful. And this one might be a little bit Nellish in its way. I don't know why I think that. It just feels that way. So for Lisa. Lisa General. Lisa Full. What do we see in here? Let's see this. Full read for Lisa. Okay. All right. Hang on. Okay. All right. Okay. Just 1 second before we go into this. Yes, full general for Lisa. And Lisa, what app did you pay on, honey? That's not what I wanted it to do. Stupid thing. Because I'm seeing a Cash App for Diana for a blind coming up. Let me write my list so I can keep track a little bit too. And between Kim and I, we usually get it. Oh, this is the prepaid. Oh, of course. Okay. Got it. Thank you, Kim. I'm like, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to Sortilegium, and I only have one of these. If we need to go to a second one, we'll go to a second one. This is beautiful, and this is a very, very Nell kind of deck. Let me adjust this also. I got you, Lisa. I got you. I don't think I've ever had this where it's come this way. We're doing this one. The number 3 is coming through. I've got half the deck in my hand and the other half not. I don't know why. I do not know why. The number 3 is coming through strongly. There's been a graduation of a sort. Let me see if I can get this so you can see clearly. And I am trying to record this so you can get the whole thing. But I'm getting the number 3 coming through really strongly. Don't know what that's about. And I've got to do this half of the deck, so this is what we're doing. I guess we'll clarify with the other half. That's wild, but that's what wants to come through. Let's see what we can get for clarification. There's a graduation of a lesson and you've walked away from something. It's something that's been really actually strategic and smart to walk away from. You've got the World card here and the Thief card here. So you have chosen your priorities strongly. It's been a difficult thing to choose. You had in the position now this time of energy for the next 2 months, and subconsciously you had to make a decision. You were pie in the sky thinking for a while, and ultimately you got more aware of what it is that you chose to walk away from. These two are both cards of walking away, walking a different direction, choosing a different direction, going for your soul's lesson. This is a soul growth lesson that's coming in. With the Hermit in the World, this is highly spiritual time going forward. The next 2 months are spiritual lessons that are going to open for you. It's like you graduated, whether you graduate from elementary to junior high or middle school, junior high to high school to college. It's one of those things. It's a watershed moment, a passage of time. It's almost like the Four of Wands isn't here, but it should be. And you're getting a set of 4 and a set of 4. 2 synchronicities coming forwards in the next 2 months. Don't know what this is about. Recent past, what we're seeing here is the Nine of Pentacles. This has been slow progress. You've been more than prepared, more than ready. And now it's like you're actually going. It's like you spent the beginning of this year just packing the horse, getting everything ready for this trip, ready for this travel, ready to go. Packing, do I have this? Do I have that? Packing more. Do I have this? Do I have that? And you are ready. It is time. It is very much time. I mean, look at you. You know what you're to offer. You know what you're to do. You are on the mission. Now, this one is more on the mission than on the quest. And how that varies in my mind, in my way of seeing it, you have the task in mind, what you want to accomplish, what you want to do, and you have accomplished that. Now, your next level going forward. If you were questing, you might go here, there, not knowing where you would find surprises coming forward. This one is very much intentional. Intentional spiritual growth, intentional spiritual quest coming up that will help improve finances, believe it or not. This is on the mission. This is also the card of the mercenary, Queen's emissary, man on the mission. This is a card that you are really prepared to take on whatever it is, even though it has felt slow in the past. This is where the speed increases. We have the 9 of Coins here, this gorgeous garden full of stuff. I mean, look at this. The independence, and you've been checking things out. You will need to stop. You'll like have a lot coming at you, and you'll need to stop and then check on what's going on. Stop and check on what's going on. Both of these cards are cards where you're looking at what's going on. This one here, she has the bird checking out. She'll go to her garden, she'll retreat, she'll take her time, and she's in the garden and she allows whoever in the garden on her own. This one is a card where there's a little bit more solitariness and going out into the dark, going into the unknown and exploring it for herself. Sacred walks are coming in. What is that they do? It's I'm going to try and flip these so you can see them all. There's this ancient practice of I don't think it's anything major. I think everybody has heard of this. I want to say Tai Chi, but I don't think it's Tai Chi. It's where they walk. It's like when you do a meditative walk, a meditative walking thing. I don't know what that's called, but it's a meditative walking thing. It's important for you to do. And this one you do on your own. It's not walking for exercise. It's not walking because you want to drop some chubbiness. It's walking so you can get your brain on straight, so you can evaluate. It does slow you down in a good way. And you like to walk alone. It's where you get your stealthiness. This adds to your strength, your spiritual growth. It adds to your sense of contentment in a good way. Let's see what else we got going here. So you're walking, this means you got to get out of your garden too, periodically. You can't just send the bird. Periodically, you might need to follow the bird, just like you would follow the lantern or hold the lantern so you can see the path. This is what's going on here. Now here we have the Seven of Pentacles in the environment. You're at harvest time already. For you, harvest time is in 2 months. For most of us, harvest time might be like, September, October, into August. You're 2 months away from harvesting something big. I don't know what that's about, but that's what it feels like. Hopes and fears, something of the past. Can you have the delight of the past without being Pollyanna about it? Without purple washing it? Yes. Can you have the spiritual growth without purple washing it? Yes. Can you accept what's coming through for you even as it is, even if it's spiritual growth on a difficult lesson and it's just like a minor review and an intro to something new? Absolutely. The curriculum is ready. The curriculum is laid down. Ready, ready, ready. King of Wands, ready to lead. Yes, you can. What else does she need to know? I want 3 for the highlights. Now, I'm going to put them up here. Even though this looks bottom row to you, to me, from where I read it, this is significator crossing card. This is top row. So I'm going to see the highlights here. I'm going to, hopefully you can see that good. Highlights or headlines. Let's see what's going on. I want 3 for this. And I don't know why I broke this deck in half, but this is what we do. Okay. All right. All right. This is going to be the challenge for you. The heartache that has damn near killed you, you've gotten over. You'll reflect on it. You'll move forward anyway. And you'll have access again. Access to new lessons. Access to new learnings. This is sometimes can be job promotions. This can be moving towards new education. This is established wisdom. This is a more external type of wisdom, established. You have the VIP pass, right? You've got the backstage pass to go through. You've reflected on the lesson of love that has been lost and where you've been before, and you're moving forward. You're realigning again. So this reads as, if I read this, if it's the headline of the newspaper, extra, extra, she's already over the heartache of the past. She knows what she wants. She sees the dream again. She moves on again, moves towards it again. It's accessing a corner of the chamber of the heart. It's accessing the corner. Oh, we're getting lots of details. Accessing a corner of the chamber of the heart that you thought you had closed. You thought you would never risk again, and you will. This nostalgia card is coming through very strongly now. It's not Pollyanna to want love. I think that everybody has seen me talk about the Disney version of love and not to go for that. But there is something to love and romance and friendship and all of this energy that we want to surround ourselves with, be it with our soulmates or that are friends and our kindred spirits, or be it with our actual mate. It feels like we want more equal offering. It feels like we want this loving energy to return to us. It feels like there's more compassion for self because of what you've been through here. Because of the difficulty, there's more compassion for self and access to a higher lesson again. This is a returning to that higher lesson that's down here, old-fashioned, maybe antiquated a little bit, but also traditional and established, and returning to that. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what I'm getting. What else does she need to know as far as the outcome? The strong lead, the strong dominant lead, and knowing how to hold your own. Okay? And knowing how to lead. It might not hurt a little bit to ease back. It's not that you should allow someone else to lead, but to step back after you've gone a certain direction, step back, evaluate with these two coming up together. You've got the strong leader here, the one that knows how to handle his business really, really well, knows how to inspire, knows how to lead others, but also to step back and look and observe what's going on is something important for you. All right, what else we got here regarding the King of Wands? Fiery King. Oh, okay. Now we're getting August, we're getting Page of Wands energy. Now this is shown in a different way. This is like you've had the garden come in early and now you're going to have a time in the desert. For you, your seasons are all kind of screwball. I don't know how to explain that nicer, but they are kind of screwball. You go into the desert. Now, some people go into the trees and they get renewal, renewal, renewal. This is going into the desert. You're going to have to go deeper. You're going to have to go in what feels like a little bit of a less hospitable countryside. This is a little bit, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to do your walk in the desert for some reason. I don't know what it's about. I'm being called to shuffle this and see what's below here. The desert has the water below the sand, deep, deep in the sand, right? Deep. So let's see what's going on here. We're going to work. We're going to work right here. You're being asked to plummet the depths, and you do this work really well in the desert. And this one flipped. This specific one flipped. Ha! 9 of Wands. Now look at this. Look at this. There is much for you in the desert that you didn't even know. Oh my gosh, I love this. You've got the 9 of coins here, that's your garden, but you're going to have to go where it's unexpected, and it will have blossoms. It's giving me saguaro images. Now, there's not a saguaro cactus to be seen on here, but look at all these tall wands. Look at the work. You're walking through something that felt like you've gone through a dry spell, and you're going to find the saguaro. You're going to find where the water is in the middle of the desert. When you thought things were all dried up anyway, when you thought things were a wash, a loss, they're not. They're not. Coming up, you're going to the desert, but you don't just, it's like a little bit of water witchery coming up. You'll know how to find this. Wow. Okay. All right. It is about the Lovers. It's about the committed choice. This is something that's in the contracts to do. This is a soul contract. Higher self. You need to go through the desert and do this advancement. You're like really, really ready. This can be literal lovers that are coming on scene that you have not met. It can be a recommitment to a relationship you're already in, but it's a choice of the heart that is strong, and you're really capable, more than capable, of navigating this course because you have learned from this past experience, the past mate. You have learned you're not going to purple wash anything. You're not going to rose-colored glasses anything. You'll know. You're learning to tune into your instincts a lot better. These next 2 months are going to be challenging, much more activity than you think. But the challenge to you is continue to protect your priorities. Continue to walk stealthily. And if you are walking the desert, you're going to have to watch out for, diamondback rattlesnakes and scorpions too, and maybe some tarantulas. There's going to be some creeps around. There's also going to be a lot of joy and a lot of beauty. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And something about cactus flower, I don't know, maybe look that up, see if that's any significance for you. I don't know what this is, but it's surrounded by the saguaros as you work your way forward. And in the desert is where you find something very, very deep, something profoundly sacred to you is coming through in that time. It's a different walk. It's not just walking through the woods and tra-la-la. This is why you wanted to have the 3 canteens to cross the desert. This guy is always prepared. That's what I say about this guy every time. He's got 3 canteens to cross the desert. This guy prepares. So ready. That's what I've got. That's complete. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunner. Gorgeous energy. Love that. Okay. Knowing it. Yeah, these are paid readings. We're on the paid list now, guys. So that's where we're at. And at the top of the show, I usually do a few of the micro reads that are just 3 cards, and we just went right into the paid list. So that's where we're at. So that's where we're going to go to. But this is the Sortilegium, and it looks like Sortile, and then G-I-U-M, Sortilegium, something like that. So that's what we got. Okay. Diana, you have the Blind Oracle. So let's go see what's going on with that. Let me get some water. I was going to do that, and then I'll be right back. Otherwise, my cords are going to be just shot to shit. 1 second. Be right back. I've got water bottles over here. We'll see if I can get them. Hooray, hooroo. Here we go. Coming back. All right. It's probably going to make me do the little puzzle thing now. Also, but... Okay, Diana. Blind Oracle. Let's put this one down here. And we'll finish this one. Ooh. Okay, this is one I don't go into a lot. It's I think it's Kevin Farmer's Earth Oracle. And then, is there any other in here? Nope, it's not in this one. Look at the other one. Yeah, we're going into this very, very botanical. Okay, all right, I'll go there too. I thought we might be in the bigger one of these. These are the Mystic Shaman. These are the small version. I don't know what this botanical garden blah, blah, blah is, but that's where we're going for Diana, the Blind Oracle. We'll go in the order that they're drawn. Okay. For Diana. And I'll probably have to make sense of it once it's all laid. Yeah, that's how it's coming through. There's a need of connection to your roots. It's really important for you. There's a need of connection, not just to the roots. The roots, you connect through the roots first before you can branch out is what I'm getting. Connect through the roots first before you can branch out, just as if you actually were the tree itself, as if you were. So make sure you are very plenty grounded. It's going to be important for you in these coming times. Now, these ones are coming through. We've got the wind coming in strong, the desert and the vision quest, and then the iceberg submerged. This feels like where you're at now. There's something that's trying to shift and blow the branches to extend a little bit further. There's something where you need to reach for it. You need to stretch. You will be called upon to stretch more than you have in the recent past. You're like, well, I've been challenged enough. Who hasn't been challenged enough? I've been challenged. This is coming like for your perspective that you have had challenges recently and quite enough of them, but you're still getting blown around quite a bit. You're still getting the challenge to reach, to reach, to reach. And I'm getting that if you let go of some of this iciness, it waters the roots. It allows you to expand. You don't have to be submerged. You have to acknowledge. You have to know. You need to know what's going on for the information going forward. And then you need to let the water that is from the roots, or the gifts from the roots, the gifts from the past, from the ancestors from the past, need to be acknowledged. Yeah, that's a gift. And now you need to take that energy, and it's like you need to transmute it just like a tree would, and let it go up through the core, up through the core, up through to the branches, right? And to reach out and to extend and to go. And the wind may blow, but you're going to still want to stretch in a certain direction. And you should stretch in the direction where your vision is clear, where you want to go. You know how to use that water to get tall, to get big. This is something about power going here. Dignity and power. Stand tall and get big. Take pride in yourself, in all that you've become. Feel honored by your choices, achievements, and actions. How you've traveled your past path has been hugely important. Now look at this. These two together are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's like a little bit of the ice dragon that's still there. A little bit of the cool air energy is coming through. And it doesn't just feel like logic. It does feel like wisdom and knowledge coming through that is trickling down in ways that you didn't expect. It is almost as if you could go, yes, it is as if you could go into one of your old journals or old writing or an old narrative that you have had before. And what you're doing is going into that old narrative, but you're looking through a different lens. Like when we think, oh, mom did this and mom did that, and it wasn't fair, and we're kids and we grew up, and we still have this story about mom. But then after we've been a mom, we're like, oh, no wonder mom did this. There's something like this. No wonder. You're seeing the narrative of the story, a little bit of the wounding, and you're seeing the bigger, broader truth of what was going on, and it's soothing something. It's giving you a return to your own sense of power here. It's giving you a return to your own, the narrative, although you understand it differently, you understand it more fully, is what I'm getting. This is giving power of the four directions coming through. It says, call on the elements, focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you. Absolutely. And again, gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Gorgeous energy. We've got heart and third eye connections. This is big, big, big. When you reframe that story about the wound, like your parents, all parents are just idiots when they start out. They don't know what they're doing. A lot of them do the best they can. Some of them don't. Some of them do shitty jobs. Some try really hard, do the best they can, and miss it anyway. But nevertheless, the wound that you reframe and the re-examining of that story, of your roots, of your past, of your history, when you re-examine it through a different lens, it helps you overcome, heal, and take that forward. You get to honor the gift in the pain versus just having a childhood wound that is hard on you. Interesting. Okay, we're going to the botanicals because that's where we're called to go. I don't know what this is actually called. This one is coming up a lot. You know, the tower used to come up a lot. Now we have the strength card coming in. This one is, yeah, okay. We've got all kinds of stuff going on here. I'm going to show you this so you can see. You've got the strength card. You've got Virgo imagery. You've got the sword coming in, this air energy that I mentioned, the sword, the knowledge, the wisdom, and strength right here. And fennel is what's underneath this. Now, fennel is what they put in some of the licorices. They put anise seed and they put a little bit of fennel. They're kind of cousins in the plant world. And it helps strengthen the voice. It helps strengthen what's going on. I think there's probably something like that in that nasty swinger spray that I use. Nevertheless, stand in your truth, stand in your power, strengthen your voice. Own what it is you wish to speak. Own the story that you are carrying forward. Own it. We've got the green coming in, strengthen the heart energy, and this is coming through. A lot of wisdom coming through. This is also asking for you to understand this, and this is something you're going to need this strength all summer long. It's not like you have to be strong and force all summer long. it's a slow building strength to get to where it is. It's a stroke. Sometimes the obvious is just too good. It's a slow building strength to get to the weird rocks that you need to see. Now, this is kind of its own little weird rock here, like right there. Phil and I, it was a slow thing for us to get out here, and there is definitely a weird rock out near Stansbury Park. If you look geographically, you're going to see something that's kind of funky and weird like this. Not exactly like that, but funky and weird. It's you get to your own sacred markers after you've traveled the desert a certain pace of time, right? And this is one of those for you. It is what you're doing. It is how you're seeing differently. It's going to help you have the strength to continue forward. You're on the vision quest whether you realize it or not. You're already questing, already walking through the thick of it, whether you realize it or not. You're already doing, you're already walking the path. Okay. We've got the earth energy here again, coming through so strong, so strong. And the way you're seeing, definitely about the vision quest and going forward. I'm going to put this so you guys can see it a little more fully. I want this right here. And then here, the wind is here, and the child would go to and fro with the wind. The fool takes a leap of faith and goes off the cliff. But the child has this naive way of seeing, this new way of seeing, because they want to explore everything, expand, stretch, move forward, explore everything. I want one more for here. You will go forward in that way. There's going to be a level of trust required for you to move forward. It's not going to be the biggest thing. It's going to be something that once the narrative is reframed, it is easier to allow yourself to be in the energy of trust. And it's not that you've been in the energy of fear overly long, but sometimes we get in this energy of not allowing for more. And this is like, well, this is good enough, a settling energy. The wind is trying to stir some of that, blow some of the dust off. There is a little bit, not even disruption, but it's trying to blow some of the dust off of these old thoughts. And the trust is coming in a little with more ease is what I'm getting. Yeah, the ancient ones are helping right now. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There will be strength at your back. The wind will be at your back. There's strength coming through. Big time, big time. Strengthen your voice. Listen also. Listen also when you hear things. I don't think you're going to hear your name on the wind. I think you're going to hear words on the wind. I think clairaudience is going to come in for you. It's not just a vision quest, not just what you're seeing this way. Your clairaudience is coming in. Words are coming in. So you might have a word that just stands out. You pass a billboard or you're reading something and one word just seems like it's more boldly set. You look at it again, it looks just fine. Pay attention to that. Underline it or whatever. Pay attention. If the word is compassion, if the word is dignity, if the word is prized, the word is prized. Today, know the word prized, P-R-I-Z-E-D, prized, as in treasured, as in something you pursue that is valuable to your heart, prized. The ancient ones, and you are prized. Prized, that's the word. Look for this. You will see this around. It's not price, and it's not winning a prize. It's prized, treasured. That's the word. I don't know what that's about for you, but that's what you should be looking for. Start also looking when you see... 2 days ago you heard? Good. Yeah, when you see things or hear the words, understand that your clairaudience is part of the lexicon of what's going on. It is part of what's coming for you, and it's going to be different. It's going to be different. We don't, like when we're talking with our friends, we might use certain words that are just more casual, whatever. And then we read in books, and it is vocabulary we know, but we don't often use. It feels like that kind of thing. That's what's coming through for you. It's beautiful. Really beautiful. It's going to help you have the more powerful truth that you carry with you, and it's going to help keep you in alignment. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's gorgeous. You thought your husband was home and no one was there. Yeah. It's crazy when the clairaudience comes in. I heard a doorbell on the freeway the other day. Phil and I are in the car, and I hear a doorbell, and it's not either of our phones going off. So it's like, all right, when it comes in, it comes in. That's just kind of how it works. So beautiful, beautiful energy in that. Love that for you. So, okay, let me check what's going on. 1 second. And this is, I think, Stephen Farmer is the name of this. I don't know if this is a Chakra Wisdom Oracle or what. Mystic Shaman, and then the Garden Botanical one. I don't know what it is. I don't know. So that's what I got. Okay. Let's put this here. And keep going. Okay. Next is Annie for a mini. Okay. All right. Annie, did you have a question? I see that came through, but you're welcome, Diana. You are so welcome. No problem at all. All right. So, Annie, if you've got your question and you can drop it, that's great. So, I'm trying to see if it will open. Sometimes it will show the question. Other apps don't as well. I see the payment. I just don't see the question. It just says for a mini. So, if you want it, nothing specific. Okay. Let me get some water and we'll go into Annie's. Okay. I've got two Egyptian tarot decks. They're not the same. They are very much more the Egyptian flavor, and that's what I'm being called to go to. So this is where we're going. And this one is the gold foil one, so it might be highly reflective, but that's the one I'm called to go to. Very beautiful. So what are we doing with Annie and the Egyptian tarot right now? I'm doing a staggered, I don't know what this shape. Think of well, it just looks like a little whacked out W. So that's what we're doing. It's a, I don't know if we're getting water or snakes coming up with that, but that's what I'm getting. Is a little bit of a whacked out W for the shape of the spread. Okay, all right. It's a staggered path, but it's more of a W, which means there's something more in the center of that W point when you go like this. This is important. This is the midpoint right here. Okay. I want these points up top a little bit stronger. Okay. Hopefully you can see what's going on. This is where we'll start. Then we'll go over to here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to adjust my equipment at some point. But this is what we got. 1 second. Yeah, I haven't been on Debbie quite as much because my husband and I moved. So it's been a little bit. But we are going in here for Annie. And why are we in Egypt? Why do we need to know? Because we have the Ace of Wands in the center. We have the 3 of Wands over here and the 9 over here. Getting notes and energies. This is something that you should be listening to frequencies. This is something about sound healing, sound frequency. You already know the 1, the 3, the 9. You've got the start of the idea, the 1, the 3, the 9. You've already got a creative idea that's expanding, expanding, expanding. It needs revisited to its origin again. Needs revisited, and then it would be the 3. There's not a 6 in here yet. The 1, the 3, the 9. It's like it's skipping a little bit of that interval of a 6. So I don't know what that's about, but this is what we've got. You've got the 3, the 1, the 9 going on this way. You're missing the 6. It's something that needs to be right in front of your face or it's going to like bop you one. Okay. I'm getting the 319 and you're missing the 6. And I think a 619 in Wrestling Land from Rey Mysterio is a bop around the ropes and into the face, which is what I'm getting. I know, weird. Not everybody follows wrestling, but Phil and I do. And I'm getting the 319, the 619. That kind of thing is coming through. The 1 is more important. Look to how you want to create, how you want to draw down. This is really, really interesting going on. This is like usually the divine coming in, divine crown, high priestess. We're getting this energy of Isis and Osiris coming through very much, opening up here. A balancing of the divine, feminine, and masculine, not just the triple crown with the moons and the orb, not just that, but a balancing. A balancing of the golden light that's supposed to be coming down, very, very receptive energy. There's more opening up to what is coming through for you than there has been in the past. Oh, of course, the high priestess will be standing here. So we're going to visit this way so you can kind of see. The 3, the creative idea, the expansion. Now the high priestess is there. It's like you have divine feminine, divine masculine. The high priestess is in the house, and you see on her, maybe you don't. You see these 2 golden things. It has to be balanced. For the lessons and the sacredness of Egypt, for these kind of things, you have to balance the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. You have to balance both of those divine energies. The union balance has to be there. The high priestess says, you know this mystery within. There's been a little bit more of the masculine energy out of whack lately, and this is within your world, not just at large, but out of whack lately. There needs to be a little bit more receptivity, a little bit more openness to this. This is La Papessa, the Popus, the High Priestess. This is where the energy of expansion and receptivity, if you think of man, woman, baby, that's the fertile three, the three that come forward. This is what's happened, and there's been a little bit more than that going on. A disruption in the balance has been here, and it's causing you to feel out in the cold, feel lack less than, less than. You're not poor, you're not impoverished. You need to return to this balanced energy again. Go forward, go forward. You go from the 5 to the 4. You go from a disruption to a more balanced state. You're not losing everything, you're not losing it all, and you're not actually out in the cold. You're not separated from your divine knowing. You've just been more focused on understanding things in the active principle, which is already manifested outwardly, versus focusing on the intentional, the creative, intentional energy, which is more the mystery of the dark, where you're thinking and focusing your thoughts, focusing your mind, redirecting, repivoting your mind. This is where we're asking you to do again, to go down deep, to draw, to weed the garden of the mind. Yes, okay. Then here, we have the Fool. This is what leads to the new start. Double checking the garden and then the new start, taking the leap of faith with the Fool here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous energy coming through. Love that for you. I love that this Fool has the cat and not the dog. I don't know why the tabby is there, but the tabby is there. Tabby as a word, important. What? It's power of the pussycat is what I'm getting. You can take it to however you want, but the tabby, when you see particularly orange tabby cats, the power of the pussycat is there. There's a gentleness, there's a very feline way of operating, a very cat-like way about you. It's a lilt and a tilt in the eyes. Now, some people just have that genetically. They have the tilted eyes. But there's a lilt and a tilt in the eyes, and this is mischief coming on also. This is not so much the trickster, but a little bit. A little bit. A cat will get what a cat wants. It's not going to like, please, 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 like a dog. A cat knows its value, owns the show. Very much the power of the feminine coming through. With the Fool going forward. Okay. And again, taking the new start, moving forward. Because this will have been rebalanced. Then you move forward with this. Then we're getting here. Really, really beautiful. The Queen of Pentacles. See, you're not out in the cold. Your Queen of Pentacles energy is coming in. She's closest to the Empress. And this is what we're getting. We're getting the High Priestess. Says balance that out. And then we're getting pretty much the minor arcana of what would be Empress energy. Empress is major queen of all queens. This is the area of focus you need to be paying a strong attention to. The value, the self-value, the self-worth, what's coming forward. Strongly, how you open, how you receive. She's even in the pose of receptivity. She's open. She's ready to receive. Like, you know, people do this. Ready to receive. Ready to receive. Ready to receive. There's not a fighting energy. There also needs to be a motion of energy. Okay. It is if, I'm sure you guys have seen when you rub your hands together, you can feel the magnetic poles in your body. You can feel the energy between. And it is as if you were to do that and shift energy and release, and then shift and receive. And you could do that in this kind of way with your thoughts. It would be a good meditational practice for you to do this kind of thing. Warm them up so you can feel the energy between your hands. And then have one be the receiver and one be the giver. Understand. And it's an easy way for you to balance that energy within. An easy way to get your mind into a meditative space for long enough that you're not thinking 1,000 thoughts a minute, that you're not overthinking a certain thing. Yes. Use this. Again, this is what I'm getting. Huge amount of energy coming off of that. Okay, then the Ace of Wands, then the peak of things, then the one, the singularity, the individual is being more emphasized. This is a creative force to move forward. This is something about the work, but you're working again, and you have that High Priestess's crown on right here. Okay. Now we have the Knight of Cups going forward. Oh, then you have the energy and the balance and the readiness to move forward to quest the Grail for yourself. This is also questing for the romantic ideal, for the notions of things. Now, in this one, you see the cup, you see the horse. You don't necessarily see the rider in this particular deck. You need to recognize that you are the rider. You are meant to go forward. It's not meant for you to wait for somebody else, Prince Charming, to come in and save the day. No, we save our own day. Happiness is the inside job that we are always questing for. This is our human experience, our individual experience, our human experience. Some things are common, but it is up to us to shape, to craft, and to create our own happiness. We're working from the inside out. This is us questing for our own emotional joy and success. Look, if you start the quest, then you meet someone, and this feels like a someone. I don't know if this is male, female, kindred spirit, or soulmate, but the perfect partner, a perfect match. There's somebody that comes in that brings a balance, and I wouldn't even call it a counterbalance. I would call it a complementary balance is brought forward to you. Sometimes you have friends with different skill sets. I've talked about my friend that helps me build things and has been helping me, and she speaks builder like I speak tarot, right? Sometimes we have these friends who are really, really gifts to us, and we see this and we instantly want to slap some romance on there. Take the romantic ideal out of it in the male-female dynamic or in the couplehood dynamic, and put the romantic ideal of true friendship in there. Let that serve. Let equal offering serve. It's important for you at this time. Okay, then we go to here. 4 of Spades. Then you have to retreat, pull back. It doesn't mean your friend charts your course. It means your friend helps, the complementary balance helps chart your course. Then you retreat. Then you take care of yourself, and then you cool down. Yeah, I'm overheated right now. Like literally, my body temperature is suddenly hot. It doesn't feel like a hot flash. It feels like whatever this work is has been much. Inviting someone new into the scene, or compromising and creating friendship with somebody that may be a little bit different than what you would normally think. It does require a certain amount of energetic currency to be used to fuel, to create, and then you need to step back so it doesn't overtake. Yes. Going forward. Oh, okay. All right. So here we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now this is something interesting. Look at him. This one is crafting. It's the Knave of Pentacles. This one is crafting much like the 8. So he's not just holding the pentacle like the Page of Pentacles usually does, the Knave. The Page holds the pentacle. This one looks like he's crafting. The 8 is a card of mastery and internship and working and doing something until it becomes second nature. This one has like something that he's working on. It becomes second nature, and he needs to bring the gift forward. This is a gift that he brings forward. He holds out the gift. He becomes the Batman, right? I call it Batman card. And he brings it forward. You're still crafting that. It's still happening. You're creating something new. There is this energy infusion of something that comes second nature to you, ready to go. Also this energy of wheel. Okay, all right. Gosh, these are getting called a lot today. We're in Marquette's deck here. I didn't think we'd be in this deck again, but we are. Okay, obviously wanting to jump. There's a time, there's a wisdom. Look at that gorgeous picture. There's a time for your High Priestess knowledge to come through. Time for you to offer something new. Time for what you're creating that is sacred, that is being held and offered. The balances of the hot and cold being here. The balances of the sands going through at its own time. Coming in. And this is the Batman time. This is the offering. This is offering the gift and a perspective of wisdom that you're going forward, called to offer. Then here, we have the King of Coins. This is something that over time, because you've done it so often, develops into a disciplined way, and also develops into real energetic growth. Real monetary growth as well is what I'm getting. This is currency coming in. King of Pentacles, look at this. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Something that you offer, that you have power, and you're offering more and more, and it's bigger and bigger. The 6 of Wands comes in here, and there's victory on this. It is something that you have had to be a little bit tricky and clever about, like the Tabby. Again, you got the Tabby here, stealthy fast, right? And then you've got the Jackrabbit and the Snake here. This is resilience in what you're doing, resilience in when much is coming at you, knowing how to stand strong, knowing how to bob and weave, knowing how to dodge, being sly like a cat, and wise like a snake, and quick like the rabbit in what you're doing, what you're producing, what you're being called forward to do. Anything else she needs to know? When you need to retreat, to weave through, retreat. Anything else? Okay, this is more about having this overthinking, and when something needs moved on from, then don't go back and rehash. This is a cautionary card. It says move on when you feel the need to move on. Move on. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. It's almost like instead of seeing 3 women here, it's like you have 3 minds going on. 3-headed snake. No, you're not going to deal with that. You're going to weave through it. That's what I'm getting. Weave through it. Focus up again. Rebalance when that happens. Okay, that's complete. That's what I've got for you. It is a stunner. My gosh. And these are the golden Egyptian cards or something like that. They're definitely Egyptian oracle, and they are a little pricier because the gold foil on them is so stunning. But they're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's what I've got. That's complete. Okay, let me get a little water. I think I read the list is clear. It's a great time to get a paid reading. Yes, absolutely. If you want to get one, I will hold up my sign and drink some water. But this is what we got going on for the reads today. So hopefully you can see that. There's $20 for a blind oracle reading. You can get an in-depth mini or full. And those are $30 and $40. You can get the year ahead, or we can break out the crystal ball or the bones with the tarot cards. Really, really fun. Or do past lives. So I'm going to hold this for a second. It's Feisty Butterfly. The E comes before the I, so double check your spelling on that. And let Kim know or Chad know, but let them know that what you wanted for the read, so that helps me keep the list straight. And I'm going to get some water. Lots of business for Mr. Thanks so much. You're welcome. You are welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of business stuff going on. All right. Let me get some water and we'll see what's going on. We'll see what Nell has to say about this new deck coming up in a minute. Okay, Nella's one of my guides. She's very, very, very in how she presents to me. And this is that deck I got, this newer deck. I'll show you some of the cards. And it was very, very Nell on the cards. I don't know why. There's not a damn fairy in here, but the whimsy of the cards, the childlike nature of it. Darn this puzzly thing. Let me try this again. This puzzle thing needs to go over. Okay, so the whimsy of this deck, it just puts me in her space pretty easily. It's very, very childlike, and she is so playful and childlike herself. We can see what she's got to say about this. Let's see if Nell wants to come in. She doesn't mind coming in. She's like, oh, really? My turn? She's hopping off the rock. Really? Yeah, okay. She wants some of the other cards too. Okay, all right, okay. Where are her favorites? I think they might be in here, but I'm not sure. Well, where are your cards now? If I don't see our cards, then we're just going to go with this one. There we go. So I have 2 of this deck. They're very, very Nell decks. This is the Enchanted Garden, and this is Tarot of the She. And so we're going to just do one from each. We'll see what Nell has to say. Yeah, she's older than Gox, but she's very, very playful. The information I get is kind of a trick when I get it. Let's see what's going on. She wants to tell a story. What are you talking about? She's coming close. She's coming close. She's like off the rock across the stream and like right up here. Okay. All right. She wants me to hurry up. It's like if you would just hurry up with those cards, then she could tell the story. So we'll see what's going on. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. She's telling me that, okay, if I can, she's telling me that you're nobody's errand boy. I can tell the story. She wants through. We're going to let her through. Okay. I can tell the story. Nobody's errand boy doesn't cover it. You're not telling it. If you want the story, it means you have to go do your thing. You go create, you go make your own story. You're big enough now to go walk your own path. You're big enough now to go. You're big enough now to walk your own path, and you need to understand when it's time to go, it's time to go. It's not just always play. I'm not always play. I play a lot. I not always play, but sometimes I have to go into the woods, go into the up the tree, go into the up the tree and see, up the tree and see, look far, far, see who's sitting around, see who's doing nothing, see who's doing nothing, and they think they're going to tell me to go. I'm not going on their journey. I go on my journey where I want, when I want. I am going. It is for me that I go. It's for me that I walk this whole crazy place, walking the stream, walking the trees, do the walking, have my fun, go past the garden wall, go past the garden gate, go past the flaming torches, go past, go past, go past. Go past, go further, go fast. This is a time to go play. You go see what you see. You know your home. You know your land. You know your space. You know your garden. You know your rocks. Oh, I like that one. You know your rocks. You like the pretty rocks. You like the pretty rocks. You know your pretty rocks. But sometimes you have to go get more rocks. You have to go very far to get the more rocks. You go get the more rocks when you go to the different place. Learn the different thing. Learn the new idea. Learn the new idea. Yeah, you carry the new rocks home. Just a few. It's not about it. Yes, you carry just a few. Sometimes they let you carry them. Sometimes you're like, oh, I like that rock. I take it anyway. I take it anyway. I like that rock. It's okay. If I like the rock and the rock likes me, it's okay. I take the rock. No? She's got a little bit of a bashful look. She does go and steal rocks from other people's like rock gardens. Not anything in particular, but she does go, if she feels drawn to him, she's going to take the rock. She's going to take the rock. Okay, all right. Tell me about this. Why are you taking these rocks? It's the heart-shaped rock and the egg-shaped rock. I like the heart and the eggs. The eggs I like the most. Okay. I don't think it even matters if it's a crystal or, no, it doesn't matter. It's the egg-shaped rock. The egg-shaped rock is so good because it's heavy. It's heavy, and it's a good one. And you could toss it and chunk, and toss it and chunk, and toss it and chunk. You got the egg rock. Then you got the other egg rock, and then you play all the way home. You walk, you walk, you walk, you walk. All the way home, you get the rocks. You go, you get the knowledge. Well, all the things that you see, all the things you hear. You walk, you come home, you're smarter. You walk the walk, you have to go beyond the own garden. Beyond the own garden, you have to go. Now I'm looking at these here. What do we got going here? Oh, this is just a story. Okay. The telling of this story, the gift of the telling, this is just one of her stories. This is how you get your new story. Okay, now I'm telling now. This is the Dreamer Princess, the gift of telling. You don't get the experience to share unless you go on beyond your comfort zone. Unless you go beyond the comfort zone, then you get the precious. You get, Stephanie says she knows the rocks. We're talking about the egg-shaped rocks. I don't know what those are about, but yeah, you don't get the wisdom of what's in the egg or the mystery revealed unless you go out of your comfort zone to get the story. This is very interesting. Then Heart Song, this is she's saying this is when you come back and you share about your adventure, about what's going on. Even with the old ones. And the old ones to her are the ones that are a little bit less playful, a little more serious. This one I'm going to cover, but even with the old ones, this one feels like somebody that would be more like her than like Gogs, but more serious in nature. So the temperament is more like Gogs, but the energy is more the fairy fae type of energy. So even the old ones, the gift of truth, yeah, they know your story when you come back and you tell your story because you've lived, you've experienced, and of course they've gone beyond those rocks. Of course they've gone beyond their own comfort zone. Of course that's how you get the new story. It's how you grow. She's saying stretch your legs, stretch your legs, stretch your legs. She's encouraging us to go forward to new adventures. Stretch your legs, stretch your legs. Yeah, that's what I've got. Anything else? This one, stretch your legs, stretch your legs. She wants us to walk for our own purpose, for our own intention, to stretch your legs. She doesn't see this like the thief at all right now. This is just all about the legs. Stretch your legs. It's purposefully, intentionally going after something that will add to our growth. That's what she's saying to do. That's what's coming through. All right. Okay, she's waving. She's okay. All right, that's what she's got. That's wild. That's what she's got for right now. What's Nell's favorite color of rock? Let's see if we can. Nell, what's your favorite color of rock? Purple. Purple rock? Purple. Like almost like a mauve pink purple. She's telling me show him the sky. It's like the purpley rocks. So that's what we've got. Been on the road for a couple hours. Might be time to stretch. It might be. It might be, Steph. If you've been on the road for a couple hours, it might just be. That's funny. Yeah. Set one out for her. I don't know what she'll do, but hey, send it out. Who knows what will happen? Oh my gosh. I had some rocks that I had gotten from Phil and I's Journeys, and I put them out on the porch just because I needed to dump them out somewhere. And none of them are smooth. They're all kind of rough and weird. And they're all these Colorado rocks. And he's actually in Colorado today. But yeah, it's good to have rocks that you choose. You're also wearing purple. Is she spying on you? I don't know. She's like, I think she thinks you need to play more stuff. She's like referencing that card, this green one with the green hair, and very mermaid energy and fairy energy, and saying you need to play more. So that's what I'm getting. Oh, thanks for asking, Chad. Yeah, it is always good to hear. It is always good to hear. So yeah, that's what's going on. Holy cow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But that's what we've got going on. So let me put these back. This is the Sortilegium Tarot and the Tarot of the She. Beautiful, beautiful energies in this one. Beautiful, beautiful energies in this one. And then the Enchanted Garden Tarot. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Hey there, Rachel. Hey. So we are doing the paid list now, and I can show you what's going on with that. If you guys haven't been in before, or if you have, this is how you can pay me. This is what we're doing. Blind Oracle year ahead, mini and full. Prices are here on this side. Or if you want to do the Bones with the Cards, the Crystal Ball, or the Past Life, that's what's all going on. And I'm recording the whole thing today. I don't know if I've got the angle right, but hopefully it will record right and upload. I'm always trying to do that and see how that goes. And I want a better angle than what I'm getting, because in the recording you'll either see more of the table or just my face looking kind of a little bit the direction. You guys probably got it better if you screen record it, but whatever. It'll be good. You're in Colorado? Play will happen. Yes, it's 420. That should be a great place to be for today. Really, really. That should be a great day. Great Colorado day. Phil's in Colorado working. He's not playing. He's just driving. You know how he is. But yeah, and oh, guys, I kind of like expanded back here. Can you see what's going on, kind of? Yeah. So I have a little bit more room, but that's what's going on. So yay! So, or we can just do a collective. Let's do a collective. Let's try a collective with the Witch Sisters. Now, I'm going to need to shuffle this one quite a bit. It's very Julia Jeffries. Look at this. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Gorgeous energy. I mean, look. This is the Lovers. Is that not beautiful? And it's the Witch Sisters. So we're gonna shuffle this. Yeah, it looks great. And that one is usually the one I read with Tarot of the Hidden Realms is her other one, and I read it with the Fenestra Tarot, and they play really nice together. But this one, I think we'll do a collective message for today. Today is a day that we definitely need to be in a space of doing the random acts of kindness and having compassion towards self, in a space of peace, of bringing the harmony forward for the planet, for all the crazy conflict in the world. We need to hold our own harmonic. This one wants to come out. Witch of Stones. Okay, this one's going to need some cover-up job, but Witch of Stones. So I'm thinking that this is the coin suit here. What is she doing? It is like she's calling things forward. I want to show you something. Let me see if I can bring the card forward enough without getting myself booted. But on her thigh, right there, you can see there's a snake on her thigh. Hopefully you could see that well enough. So there's something about wisdom in the legs. Wisdom in the legs that's coming through. It's reading Oracle right now, so we're going to let it read Oracle. It wants to. The Witch of Stones. We were just talking about that, and there's something in the legs and where you walk. Something about the way we walk. We've got the King of Trees coming through. This has got to be the King of Wands. The inspired walk that we're doing. A lot of us could stand to do an inspired walk today. Getting outside past the comfort zone is important for us, but also stepping into our power so we can lead is important for us. What else is happening? Oh, this is why. We have the Witch of Stones, and then we have the King of Stones. It's the time to be very, very disciplined about it, to get into our walk. It's important for us because some of us are going into this initiation. Now look at this. This is the card initiation. 12. Initiation, initiation. We've got the Hanged Man energy where we have a different change of perspective. And this is initiation. This is some of us that are having to do a little bit of a fire walk outside our comfort zone, that kind of thing. Fire walk isn't just always walking on the hot coals. Initiation and vision quest and that kind of work, we can do it from, we can be in our bed doing like, or laying down on meditation, whatever, doing that and going through that here. But sometimes we are very much doing it in our daily realm without even knowing it. This is sometimes when we're walking in around our own neighborhood or walking through the store. There's things that are popping out, things that pop out to us. They click, click, the tumblers click. We make a connection. We talk to the random stranger. There's things that happen that this is initiation. This is also, the initiation isn't just about the ceremonial, putting on the paint, getting ready to do the thing that brings us there. It's also about taking the initiative to move forward and honoring what it is, following the urge. That is part of the initiation coming forward. What else we got here? We've got the Ten of Skies. Let go of the past, the pain. Let go of the old energy. This is the Ten of Swords coming through. The pain that's been there is meant to teach. Now it's time to fly. Don't be bound to it. Bound to it. Don't be bound to it. If you're bound to it and you don't take the wisdom out of it, you're never going to get the wisdom going forward. But this one, I don't know if I can even say this one. This says Nick Nevin, and I'm going to cover it up because it's like, it's gorgeous, but it's also a little bit bare. But gorgeous, gorgeous. Look how she's holding those horns. This High Priestess energy, initiation energy with the Hanged Man, the King of Wands coming through right here. Strong, strong, strong. I'm telling you, it's time to have your horns. It's time to have your crown. It's time to reach up for the sacred knowledge to come down and be showered upon you. This is what's coming through strongly. Letting go of the past. Moving forward. We're really, really ready to do this with a strong determination. Look at those eyes there. Solid, solid determination. Anything else? Look beneath the surface of what it is. The Eight of Wands wants you to look beneath the surface, beneath the flowers as you're going on your walk, as you're walking. Look beneath what's just obvious. Look beyond what is just obvious. There's blooms and blossoms all around, but look beyond what is obvious. It's important for us today. I don't know what that's about. Look for the beauty and look beyond the obvious. That's complete. This is going to be an interesting deck to work with. And they've got different imagery and so forth loaded into this deck, but oh my gosh, so beautiful. So, so beautiful. So that's what I've got. So we'll see if anybody else wants to get on the paid list and do some readings. And if not, then I'll have to do some moving in and organizing and blah, blah, blah. All that jazz. But yeah. Miss Ma'am. Not sure what that's about. I missed something, but that's okay. You love the shelving system? I'm telling you, that used to be full of yarn. All of my knitting yarns. Then when I started doing tarot, suddenly the shelves got full of more and more tarot cards. Go figure. So yeah, it's just crates from like Joann's and Michael's, and you know, whenever they're on sale, you can go get some crates. So yeah, it's like 15 of them are behind me, and we still have a few odds and ends, but hopefully the top will be decorated. And then if I need to take it down a layer or two, or if I want to feature and move things around when I get more organized, we'll do it. For now, it's holding up pretty good. So that's what we got. Thanks. Glad it looks good. Glad it's serving. I was like, I don't know. Okay, so I was below this little table the other day. I was like, I hope it will support that much weight with those cards on there. And I thought, I've put almost all those cards on there before. What are a few crates going to do? I think it will be fine. And that wall is behind it, so I think it's going to do just great. But thank you. Glad you like it. It's really fun. It feels like I have a little bit more space in here. So that's good. That's way good, actually. So yay! Okay, what else was I going to show you guys? Anything in particular? Not anything in particular. I did want to show you guys like this one. It's still the ink is dry enough. I probably won't have pink fingers. But this is the unfolding path, and it is the second one I got. So we can take a look at that and see what's going on. What's going on with this? We've got so much of the walking energy and so much of that going on, and the unfolding path is in my hand. So what are we talking about? Yeah, I think it does make things easier to get to. Anything new in the Big Chief tablet? No. But the other day, Lucy was hounding me to get in there. So I've got to quit being in avoidance because Lucy was like, you gotta get in there. So yeah, I was sleeping, and it's like, okay. And I was having trouble because it was time to be in bed, time to go to sleep. But Lucy was like, maybe do that. So I might be getting into that this weekend. So yeah, nothing new in the Big Chief tablet. Is there anything old I need to cover up? I don't think so. I don't think so yet. The last time we were in there, we had this coming out. Somebody was coming up, like, there's runes and light language class coming up, and there's a mix of those two going on this page. And so that's coming up, and that will be coming up. That's Zebu and the runes. So that's just fun and gorgeous. But yeah, that's all that's going on. Anything else? Let's do one more. We'll just pull a card from the unfolding path and see what we've got. High Priestess energy. All right. This is just welcome, welcome, welcome. The High Priestess energy. This is just an acknowledgement that we are on the path, the unfolding path in our inner mystery. The path we're walking is every bit as much internal as it is external. And one is reflective of the other. Yes? Yes. One is reflective of the other. The juiciness is already deep in the heart. The juiciness is already there. Allowing the wisdom to come through, to be downloaded, to come through, to be showered upon us and being open and receptive to it. That's the big thing that we can do right now. Allow for receptivity. Don't be hot off the jump. Don't be quick to have conflict. Rather be quick for compassion to allow that to come in. That's the open heart. That's the receptive heart. That's where there's abundance of wisdom. That's what I've got. So that's what's coming through this High Priestess. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. We saw it in the Egyptian deck, and we've been seeing her a lot, and she comes through quite a lot. So this is like, okay, we'll see what's coming through next. But the Zebu deck is available again on Etsy. Awesome. Yeah, order it if you can. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like. It's like this. This is the Zebu deck, and this is what it looks like. Now, I went through it. I got the book, too, and put the words on there. I wish they had done a little bit more of that in this. Expansion and forgiveness. And then here's the angel word for it. So this is the Zebu angel language from Debbie. I think it's Z is the last name, starts with a Z. But this is what we've got. And to me, it's a gentler way to follow the energy through. And when I'm seeing the spiral energy, it's a little bit gentler than the runes. Now, if you think about how runes were carved in the stone and back in the time, they weren't going to mess around with scrolly much. They had to get it in there. So it makes sense that the runes would be a little bit more masculine, more direct. Try that one right side up. So this is what I've got, and I will be teaching light language class in Zebu Mix, and that will be in the second week of May. I don't exactly have the dates. A single word that we should focus on today? Sure, let's do that. Great idea. Thank you, Chad. Yeah, let's do that. Let's look. Ooh, it's a remove. This is how it's spelled. It's embracing possibilities. Remove. It means embracing possibilities and embracing what can come forward. And look how this combines beautifully. On this side, you see the angle that's really sharp, sharp, sharp. And we would see that in runes, sometimes the very sharp angles, right? And then it combines with the energy flowing forward. That's gorgeous energy going on right there. Absolutely stunning energy. So gorgeous energy right there. Embracing the possibilities. It's asking us to embrace the gifts. Carol Ann. Minnie? It looks like Carol Ann. Carol Ann, did you just pay for a mini? I don't know what I'm seeing there. If that's old or if that's new. Carol Ann, are you in the house? Or am I seeing an old notification? It says now on it. All is possible. Yeah. embracing possibilities, all is possible, but we have to be choosy and selective. And sometimes everything is possible. Sometimes we can do anything we want, but not everything at once. So Venmo is showing Carol Ann wanted to do something there. So let's see if we can get that to come up. I'm not seeing that. It must be. Carol Ann, if you're in here, will you put a shout out? I think that's a mistake. Not sure. Kim pinned a comment. Carolyn, you made a mistake. You were trying to send you a mini. Can you reject that? I see the mistake there. I do see it. I'm seeing a mini that's okay. I don't know exactly how. Phil knows how. I will get him on the phone because I see that that mistake is like a decimal mistake, and I'm happy to do the mini for you, but I don't know how to do that. I'm going to go see if my iPad can help walk me through this. He's usually the one on the other side doing this. Browse chat. But we will make it right, so don't worry your pretty little head about anything. We'll see what we can do. Venmo. Okay, so I'm trying to go to where I can see. I don't know what that is doing. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I knew how to drive this a little better. Yeah, I see the decimal mistake. Yeah, it's only $30, not $3,000. I get that. And it's looking like, how do I? Okay. All right. Let me see if I put on the dots if it will reject that. No, that just reports it. Okay. Carolyn, let me write this down. Yeah, Phil will see that and he'll know something's up too. But he's driving the truck right now, and that's usually what he does, and he usually fixes it. He'll fix anything like that usually. So, yeah. I'm trying to see where there's. Okay. Okay. Payment details option to refund. I'm looking for that right now, and Venmo is not. I'm seeing the payment details, guys. Thanks for being patient with me. So I want to make this right, and if I can't, we're going to call Phil, and he's going to figure it out right away. Because I'm tapping my thing, and when it goes transaction details, it goes private, and it just tells me that the payment is between us, blah, blah, blah. Payment details, between me and recipient, I'm seeing that, and then it just goes back to the need help. It's showing that the status is complete. Let's see if it goes here. No, that doesn't do anything. And it gets pay or request, and that's a wrong screen. Back. Home. See the home. Ugh, it's about killing me. I'm so sorry. I wish I was quicker on this. We will make it right. Yeah. See if requesting the refund helps. I'm going to go off of TikTok for a minute, call Phil and let him know what's going on so he can see this. Then I'll come back to TikTok. I'm not even leaving my desk. But since my phone is right here in front of me, I'm going to call him and let him know and see if he can help make this right. Because that's an amount that I would be like almost ready to throw up. I mean, $3,000 would be great to have that kind of money for one single reading, but a lot of us aren't at that yet. So let me do that, and then I'll come back, and then we can do your read, and no big problem. But let me log out of here. No problem at all. Let's just make it right, okay? So I'm going to log out real quick, and then I'll be back. Kim, could you do that? That would be great. Yeah. Yeah. Can you call him? Okay. If Kim will call that, then I'll do the reading. And then Kim, if you let me know when he's got that's a great idea. Duh. Better. Better. Yeah. So Caroline, I'm not going to worry about this or do anything on this yet. Kim can call and we'll get your read. And if you will put in the chat, Caroline, I am telling you, the first time I made a decimal mistake that big, I thought I was going to die. I was in my dad's store working, and anything that we made a decimal error on, any error on the cash register was going to come out of our check. And I entered a $5 thing as a $5,000 thing. And here I am, like 11, 12 years old, working at my dad's store thinking, okay, I can run the cash register. I'm a big girl now. And I hit it and I was like, why does it cheat? And it's one of the few times that my dad was like aces. He was like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So not to worry. Not to worry at all. We will make it right because, yeah, nobody needs to pay anybody $3,000 for a tarot reading on TikTok. No. That doesn't need to happen. So not to worry. Okay, let's get to your read. And if you have a specific question, let me know. So, not a problem at all. And we're going to do Carol Ann's mini. Let's try the unfolding path. If you have a specific question, let me know. I've got the new version of the unfolding path in my head. It's not a new version, my second deck of it. But if you have it, we'll go into that. And thank you, Chad. And thank you, Kim. Carol Ann. Yeah, if you have a specific question, throw it up there while I'm shuffling and we'll just get it. No problem. We'll do it. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're doing paid readings right now. This is Carol Ann's read, and she asked for a mini, and those are usually $30. So if you want to do that with me, that's fine. You had a feeling something was coming in, not going out. Okay. All right. Okay. What's coming in for Carol Ann? We're getting double arches going on here. So we're getting this arch shape. So we're going to do this. Kim said, got him. He'll be able to do it in about 10 minutes. Okay. Kim, thank you. Carol Ann, no problem. Phil will get right to it. All right, perfect. So on to the read. What's coming in for Carol Ann? Double arches. Let's see. Not McDonald's arches. Like, I'm getting, if you do a rainbow all this way, I'm getting this sector of it. So quite to the center. Not so much past and future. We're going into the now of the sector. What's the subconscious and conscious going on in the flow. Okay, that's what we got. This is the small arch that I'm working on. Hopefully you guys can see that. Small arch is right here. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, I want the second deck. Why? Because we can now. And I want to see what's going up straight through here. It feels like there's a division going on there. So we'll see what's going on here. Hang on. Same deck, second deck, the unfolding path. There's something about where you've been rested and resting. It's important for you to do. You have been doing it and doing it better than what you've done in the past. Queen of Swords is telling you the truth about something where you're holding your ground, standing strong, super amount of resilience coming through, and a victory in this. It's like you've been told to self-care and rest, and you've actually been doing it more and more. Retreating in a fashion that is good. Attending to your own needs first, not spreading yourself too thin. Then we have here, this is this beautiful tower, and it feels like a very diminished energy when it is reversed. Sometimes for me, reversals come through as diminished or delayed, and it feels like diminished. It feels like the aha epiphany of clarity, almost like the Nine of Swords, the Rude Awakening card. It feels that almost like that could be this, and we've got the clarity coming in right here. We've got clarity about the Nine of Cups and the Eight of Cups coming in. So what is it that's so beautiful and joyous over here that is coming through, that you are highly aware of the wish that you're getting? And part of the wish is walking away from what doesn't serve you. Part of the wish is learning this retreating lesson, walking towards what your heart needs. This is the greater gift for you. Then you go over here, you see the Fool is very, very strongly this new adventure. And you're not going to go to the back. You're no longer bound to this devil energy. This is a strong energy. This is equally strong. Just because it's the Fool and it's child energy, don't think that the devil has huger power than the child ever. The child has more faith. The devil is like really, really not more powerful than the child, because the child will do impossible things because it doesn't know better. The devil will try to get you to do things when you know better than to do them. The child will trust, have faith, have divine inspiration. The child grows, learns, expands, wants more joy, loves more freely. Huge, huge more power here. This is the Fool's new adventure. You won't step into old toxic traps. You got victory right below that. Excellent. The Ace of Wands. Something new you're heading towards. The Hierophant, the established lesson and wisdom that you've done enough times. You've walked this trap. It's like, I'm getting the image of those vices that are like the bear traps that they go crunch and they get, you know, like a poor little critter's leg or whatever. It feels like you've stepped in the bear trap enough times. Now you walk carefully and you can see the bear trap. You can see it before it's sprung. You know what's going on. You're checking the field. You're checking things. And you're going to walk into ways of faith versus ways of fear. And you're going to do better. Now the Five of Coins. You're still going to have this worry about, do you have enough, not enough, poverty and lack. But you're going to find the universe is very balancing. And I'm getting the word very forgiving of what's going forward. Very forgiving. So there's no need for you to be highly critical of self. There's need to take a break from that. Going straight through here. Ace of Swords again. Clarity on the movement forward. Big time stretching the legs. Running forward. Embracing this new energy. Embracing this kindred spirit. The equal offering coming forward. This is harmony, unity, joy. This is the wedded stuff. This is when business comes in really good. This one doesn't show the symbol of the caduceus overhead, but it shows this signing here. Let me show. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy for the Two of Cups here. Gorgeous coming in. Double on the clarity coming through and this Knight here. Anything else we need to know? Don't feel like you're outside of something, because you're not. You've got the Hierophant here. Where did that Hierophant go? I just saw him. I swear I just saw him. I don't know where. Here he is. Right here. Duh. Hierophant. Right here. You've got the All Access Pass. This is the one that usually has the two monks sitting in front of him. And this is right before the church. Right before where you can see it. Right? And this is, you have the access granted. So you're not on the outside looking in. I want to see a little bit more on that. So let me put this here. And this back to where it was here. Then let's pull the fold up. High again. Let's see what else comes up with this. Hangman. There's just a perspective shift going on for you. That's what's going on. It's a perspective shift. Rather than feeling like you're out in the cold or poor little match girl. I think when you see this one, this poor little match girl, you see the people that are separating from convention, separating from the church, going their own way. Sometimes we get the energy of black sheep or not enoughness going on. Sometimes we get this overly self-critical energy coming through and we don't know our own value. And this feels like you are starting to understand and accept the warts and all, the flaws and all, accept that you're not necessarily outside of it. You just do differently, and that's okay. That is your path to walk. You're still welcome to advance to other things, to go on to higher wisdom, established wisdom, and also deeper truths. And what else do we have going on here? Five of Swords. Yeah, this is a card of the ruthless battle, adding insult to injury, old patterning. Sometimes it's walking off the battlefield or knowing that you have enough that you don't even have to go into the battle to start with. This is arguments that don't need to happen, and you're just like, you're done. You don't have to prove your point. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to prove a damn thing. You're out of fucks to give, right? It's like you are done. Done. It's like you're done on that battlefield. You know your truth and you're carrying it, and you're carrying it strongly. You don't have to have anybody else's truth be what defines you or your life. So that's what's going on. Anything else she needs to know? Queen of Coins is here, sitting in this luxury, sitting in understanding, knowing that what you have walked towards, what you have left behind, and what you have walked towards enriches you, honors your worth, honors your value. You know this already. You know this already. You don't have to be tangled up or hung up about it. The new perspective is here. You need to honor that new perspective more and more and more. It's why when you're taking care of yourself here and you're retreating, you do yourself such a solid favor. You know the truth of a thing, absolutely. Suffering no foolishness, but walking in your own path in a new way. That's what's coming on for you. That's huge. It's wonderful. because it allows you to offer up more of yourself more fully, and that's what gets reciprocated. What you're offering gets reciprocated. What you focus on, you draw towards you, and you're doing it from a richer well, a deeper well. That's what I've got. That's gorgeous, honey. That's what's coming through for you right now. Keep offering the deeper truth, the deeper, truer you forward over and over and over. This is a big deal for you. Super, super big deal. So that is great. That is super, super great. Okay. So we're going to stick on this for a minute. And did she get that? Hopefully she did. Yeah, and this is the Tarot of the Unfolding Path, and this is how I do when I double my decks. You know, I ink it on both sides. You're so welcome. So hopefully Phil will be able to get that handled, but we can stay on. I can stay on and chat until we know. And if I need to get off my phone and call him, I'll get off my phone and get right back on because I want that made right. And I'm sure Phil is like jonesing to get over and get pulled over and do that. Because people do make mistakes. Sometimes you do make a payment error and it's like, okay, it happens. It happens. It's like, no big deal. Not a problem. So I'll sort some of these and then I can show you some of what's going on. Sorting is a little bit on the boring, but I'll try and get those. Okay. Got it. Got it. Blues. Yeah. Pinks. Perfect. Okay. It wouldn't let you stop. It's okay. It's not too much work. It's going to be just fine. Really. Really. It'll be fine. It's just so not the end of the world. You know, this is the thing. Sometimes we make mistakes in life, whether they're small or whether they're not small. And sometimes it's tricky to have a ask for help or to say, okay, oh no, this went awry. But it's better to ask for the help. It's better if we make the mistakes to just be like, okay, I need a little help on this. And when I saw that come through, I'm like, oh yeah, that's not how that's supposed to be. So not to worry at all. Yeah, he's driving, but was 10 to 15 minutes from where he's going. So he said he'd do it as soon as he got pulled over. Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. So we can just chat for a bit if you want to chat. We can continue with the reads or the readings. So yeah, we can do whatever is going on. This is what's going on. I can show the advertising for this is the tarot class. Oh, yes, I did have that other card. There it is. The Tarot plus the Spiritual Gifts class. This one is opening up again, and the first module that we're going to go into is going to be the light language module in May. We're going to go into that, and that I will break it down, and that's $80 for that class if you want to do that. If you want all of the videos that are on the gifts that it opens up and you want to do that, that's great. This is how you can do it. You can email me at Angie Does Classes. It's $200 for the, those who are former students, $250 if you're not a former student, and then you get all the videos and we just go into it. We go into it like crazy. So that's super, super fun. This is regular tarot classes, the Tarot 123, and you again can email me there. That's only 3 hours there. And this is what I also do, private recordings, 3 questions for $66. That's a screaming deal. Screaming deal. Or $99 for a Zoom call, but I'm not quite set up to do that, so I'm not going to be doing Zoom calls just yet. Soon, I hope, but not just yet. So that's what's going on for the commercials. Yeah, and email if you want to talk about the Zebu class. Let me get the Zebu book and I'll show you guys. So I showed you the cards. I'll get the book. It's really pretty cool. So 1 second. I'll be right back. I got that out earlier today. Oh, and here's that other. Of course it's over here. Of course it is. Here's that other one from the deck that I was trying to tell you about. The Sortilegium Tarot. That's the box. And that's these cards here. Beautiful gilding. This is the backs. This is some of the looks that are in there. Yeah, the Sortilegium. Crazy, but beautiful. And it has stories in them. Like sometimes you'll see narrations about whether it's the mage or the fool or whatever. And they're pretty interesting too. So I like the guidebook. Danny, can you do the read with a pull a card and read what it means? Pull a number card? I'm not sure the question you're asking. Can you do a read and pull a number card and read what it means? Are you talking about the Zebu cards? Let me get my paperwork out of here. All my notes and chicken scratch paper. Like the Zebu cards are beautiful. And she's just put them like in this. This is her book. This is the cards that you saw and they have numbers. The angel number cards, maybe, if I can find those bastards. I could do a few of those. Let me look and see if I can find those. Let's see what we got here. I think they're over here too. One second. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I've got a ton of cards, guys. A crazy amount of ton of cards. I'm looking and seeing. Ha! I can. Can I pull numbered cards? Yes, I'll pull some angel number cards. So, Danny, you asked about that, so you get one first, and then we'll see. This one is just has the numbers and the meaning. So, this is like basic, but let's shuffle them up and we'll see. And then I'll show you the Zivu book if you guys want to do that. Okay, let's see what we got here. For Danny. It says, I am brilliant, Danny. And it's number 7. It says, you possess a refined mind and a deep urge to uncover life's mysteries. Your ability to acquire vast knowledge on both the spiritual planes and gives you a greater awareness than most. So that is for Danny. So, okay. I had 2 decks, one with numbers and then a meaning. I'm not sure which deck she's meaning besides this one, but hopefully that helps. All right. Thanks, Alicia. We'll pull one for you if you want. We'll pull one for Alicia, and then we'll pull one for Pam, because why not? Alicia, number 31 is saying, I'm disciplined. Your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. And we will pull one for Pam. Because why not? Why not? Pam, 19. Now you've seen me pace. So you're getting this one. This says, I am a pioneer. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It says, independence and self-sufficiency. I can't read it that way. It's easy. Are necessities to you. Necessities to you. You're extremely capable in life and in work and aren't afraid to take the big risks to achieve the life you desire. I am a pioneer. It feels coming off this energy also, Pam, that you've been a little bit of a chicken shit lately about something. So that's not on the card, but what it's saying is you are a pioneer. You're braver than you think. Nobody likes being told they're stronger than they think, because then that means they have to be strong. But you actually have more braveness and courage than you've exercised of late. Fear has gotten the better of you. And it doesn't mean that it's been a long, long thing, but something where self-doubt has crept in is not necessary. I don't know what that's about, but that's what I got. Okay. So we'll just do one more of these, and then we'll go into the Zivu cards, because why not? Okay. Whoever's telling Cass to inbox them is poaching, and I really don't appreciate that. So if you have been blocked, then block, because that's a bullshit, tacky thing to do. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not how things actually operate. So if you're in this room and getting tarot reads from me, great. If you want reads from other readers, great. But I would never go into somebody else's house and say, hey, come this way. I would never go into somebody else's room and poach them. So be very aware. If people are doing that, you can support other readers. You can support other channels. There's just better ways to do it, folks. So just saying. All right. Now, hopefully I handled that politely enough, but whatever. Because that's not how you do it, folks. That's not. Yeah. Cass, that's just somebody perhaps new to the room or new to TikTok, and we give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they aren't trying to be like I have my days where, and I've been an asshole before, not intentionally. Sometimes I'm an asshole when I'm driving, not intentionally. But sometimes people do, so okay, all right. And sometimes there are assholes in the world. I doubt that was intentional at all. Not to worry. All right. So Miss Ellie, hi, honey, hi. Look, what's going on? Oh, and Miss Ellie, just so you know, got the fridge fixed, got the garage fixed, and then had to have the plumber come over the next day and get the plumbing handled so I could actually wash my hair. I hope you are doing well. Next time you are in Salt Lake, I am going to come fetch you from somewhere, and we're going to go do some fun things. Because it was just like the craziness of moving in. Still moving in, but you can kind of see it's a little bit big moving in. But I'm getting set up, and it's doing a little bit better. But Yeah, let me get a card for you, Miss Ellie. We're going to get one. Okay, we've got number 6, and it says you're nurturing. Your heart is your gift. You're a natural born nurturer. You have a good talent for the helping healing of others. You're also the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those you love. I'm also getting you have a little bit of a tough exterior and then a big empathic heart underneath that. So what I'm getting with the tough exterior and the empathic heart, sometimes the tough that you put up is in the wrong zone is what I'm getting. Sometimes the tough you put up is kind of the mask or a little bit of a guarding and protective system, and then sometimes on the empathic heart you're overly giving, overly giving. So you're learning balance on this. You're learning how to balance this energy, and it doesn't mean the tough has to be given away completely, but learning to balance that out is important. The big empathy of the heart, sometimes the overgiving, it will lead you to put a little bit of what your priority is down the list and not take care of yourself in the way that you need to. So I'm getting through also, this is an urge for you to be aware that you can nurture others, but you need to take care of yourself a little bit better and take care of what your needs are first. Don't settle is what I'm getting. Does that make sense to you? Hopefully it does. So that's what I'm getting. So yeah, Baxter, I generally do paid reads. We just brought out a few of these. At the beginning of the show, I do a few free micros usually, and I'm usually on at around 11. And Peach, I'll flash you a card. I'll just flash one, but I'll keep talking. So there we go. I am innovative. But we generally do a few micro reads, like those are 3 cards at the beginning of the show. And then I'll do the paid list. And we just finished up with the paid list, but there was an error on the paid list, so we're waiting for that to get corrected. But this is what I generally do. So sorry about the commercials. And then we'll talk about the Zebu. So I'm putting the number cards down. This is what I generally do. This is my prices. And these are the reads I do. So you can do a blind oracle where you get the read you need. You don't ask a question. I just go into, like, here's the oracle decks. You can kind of see the oracle decks there. I've got 2 cards worth of these, and then some down here, and then all the cards here. I've got damn near 600 decks of cards with the tarot plus oracle combined. So that's what's going on. And then we also do 1 question mini, 1 question full for $30 and $40, or the specialty reads of the Bones with Tarot, Crystal Ball with Tarot, or Past Life for $50. And this is how you can pay. So that's what I've got for that. Is Gog celebrating today with his pipe? Not so much. He's actually out in his yard. He's not smoking right now. Gogs is one of my guys, kind of this grizzly old guy. He looks old. He presents old. Nell, the water fairy guide, is actually quite a bit older than Gogs, but she presents young. Gogs is quite a bit older. He's out in the yard. There's something about, he's out in the yard. What are you doing out there? It's like he's surveying the land. He's surveying the soil on the land. And he's like just doing this. What are you doing? It's like he's taking time to do this. He needs to survey, study something out, think about something a little bit longer. What is he surveying? Last time he came in, we saw him in his usually like 70s, mid-70s. And then he came in at 50, which we hadn't seen before. But he's surveying the land. He's looking at what... He's looking at the land. He's recognizing, honoring the land, honoring the crops that are yet to be planted and the ones that came in the harvest before. The last year he had a good last year. So the last time he's showing me that he's contemplating the harvest he's about to plant. Where he was the year before came in really good. What did he do right? What did he do right? Yeah, it was a fine year. It was a really good year. Things came in abundantly. What did he do? He's giving me the number 7, also to talk of the number 7, how we have chapters and things of our life. He's also showing me other fields. Okay, all right. He's coming through. He's like he's walking back toward the house. He's going to get his pipe from the mantle. And he's walking back outside now. He's smoking his pipe and talking to us. What is it about the 7 years that you wanted to tell us, Gogs? He's saying there's a certain level of patience. Okay. All right, come through. Come out the door and meet me then. Come out the door and meet me then. Do you see this field? Do you see all of this rich soil, everything that is the nutrients that have been in there before and been in there before and been in there before. There's only a certain amount of nutrients. Sometimes you have to go far afield to the other field. What does that to do with the 7? To go far afield to the other field. It seems to me he's talking about kind of rotating your crops and not overtaking from a certain level of the field of the earth. No. That too, but no. Okay. What are you trying to tell us? The 7 is the cycle. It's a time. It's a period of completion for many, for most, for lots of fields, lots of crops. The 7 year. When it's end of chapter, it's end of chapter. When it's time to work in the new field, it's time to work in the new field. Some are in the 6, not in the 7. It's almost end of chapter for some. Others are in the 7. You must evaluate. Take the time. Look again. Know what you want to plant where. Take the time. Take the time. This is your garden. This is your crop. What do you want to have yield? He's saying be really thoughtful in considering what it is you're planting. For many of us, we're finishing up the planting season, and some of us are going to actually move the field because it will be the 7 year. Others of us are only in the 6 year, and I thought it was all about rotating crops, but he's saying no. Some people are going to want it to be the 7 year, and they're in the 6. So some people are talking about this. I don't know what that's about. Michelle, you think he's talking? Maybe he is. I don't know. That's what he's coming through, and he's like doing this. This is him thinking, smoking his pipe, and it's like he's pulling on his whiskers, his beard, pulling on his whiskers. Venmo is balanced. Let's take a look and see. Venmo, hello, Venmo, hello. Venmo balance. Transfer wallet. Let's see if the wallet goes. Transactions. Okay, so it looks like Cassie wants a read for a mini read. Okay, read your comment above that. Phil is waiting for your Venmo act to be verified in order to be able to refund from the something. Hang on. Just 1 second, guys. We're trying to correct something. Somebody way overpaid me, and we're trying to get that right. So, Venmo balance. I'm trying to see from the Venmo balance. So, what is he waiting for me to do? I'm seeing transactions. Let's go to, I'm going to Caroline's payment again and seeing if it will say, need help, need help. Transactions wallet. Okay. Don't forget, we still need to do inventory. Yes, we do need to do an inventory. Okay. He's waiting on Venmo. He is waiting on Venmo. Okay. Kim, does he need me to do anything, or should I just sit tight? And because we got something from Cassandra for a read, and we could go to that read if I just need to sit tight. That's fine. But we want to make sure, like, if somebody overpays me or if there's an accidental thing, I will always make it right. There's just no reason in the world not to, right? So we'll just see what he's saying. He is on the road. Phil is waiting for your Venmo to be verified in order to refund. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Hang on. Michelle, you got the chills. That's great. That's great, great, great. That's good. You got the 7 today with you, and you're in the midst of planting in the garden. I love when the cards do that well. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. Pin, unpinned a comment, unpinned a comment. Okay. Listen, joined. Hey, okay. So, Kim, should we go? Sit tight. Sit tight. Okay. Let's go to Cass's read. We'll go into that, and then we'll come back. And Caroline, if you're still with us, sorry, I don't know how to fix it faster than this, but Phil's on the road and he knows how to fix it, and we'll just keep doing the show. No big deal. It will get righted. Okay, let me put this to the side here, and we'll do Cass's read. And Cass, are we just doing a general? I think the other day. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it will come through. And I've bounced a check over pudding once when I told my ex-husband, don't use that card, use the other. So my son got the chocolate snack pot pudding that his little self wanted when he was a young little boy. And it costs like $20 for that freaking pudding. So nobody likes to mouse a check. Nobody likes that to happen. So as soon as Phil can do it, it'll get done and it'll happen. So, all right, we're going to go into Cass's for just a minute and we'll see what's going on for Cass right now. And we're going to just go to Cass's general. We're going into the Sacred Rose for you, Cass. So let's see what's going on for Cass. I'm being called to lay this out in the traditional old school chaotic Celtic cross layout. Seven of Swords is coming through. Let's see what we got here. Okay, and I'm going to have this phone angled down for a little bit, so we'll see what's going on. So what we have is the Seven of Swords challenged by the Wheel of Fortune. Trying to be stealthy, protect the priorities, but this is also the card of the thief, or sometimes Stephanie calls it the Robin Hood. It's where you need to take something, where you need to be aware of what you need to take. Now, in the traditional rendition of this card, you'll see this, and the guy is leaving camp with all these swords. This guy does not want to go into battle, and it's not perhaps, he gets a bum rap as the thief or the coward, but maybe he's trying to save his buddy's lives. Maybe it's enough of the warring that he's saying. So this being about your priorities that are important and protecting them and covering your ass is what this person is usually about and what they're doing. Being ready to do this and ready for change to happen. Ready to lay down the swords of battle is the truth. Knowing the truth of something hugely important. Suffering no more foolishness. The recent past, the Knight of Swords, a little bit reckless. Going forward and charging in loudly. Sometimes this is miscommunications, particularly if we have the Page of Swords. This is the Page of Cups, though. This is the Knight of Swords, saber rattling, loudly, wanting to charge into action, take action, when the time might not be right to act. The Wheel of Fortune is challenged. It's not quite right yet. The world on the conscious thoughts. How are you going to step through to the next stage? Right here. How are you going to step through for your own divine growth coming up? This is what's on the conscious thoughts. Part of what the answer is, part of it is in being fair. Trusting what is impossible is not impossible. And also to be fair in what you're thinking. Fair-minded, cool-headed, logical. Yes. Page of Cups. There will be a surprise coming in the near future. Page of Cups is a delightful surprise that comes forward. Sometimes it has to do with a little bit of shift of gender, a little bit of shift of change. And this is also coming through. When you see it, it's like a little bit genderless here. It's saying balance those out a little bit. The divine masculine and feminine. We've talked about that earlier today. But this is balancing it out. This is an unexpected surprise. The cup here is usually got the stinky fish tea. Sometimes it's like you go to the water and instead of getting just water, you get the fish in it. And it surprises you. It takes you a little bit aback. There's something more substantial than the emotion being offered. There's something a little bit more substantial than just the shallowness of the cup. There's something in the depths of the water that needs to be seen, understood, acknowledged. Five of Wands in the position of you in the now, wrestling with something. Now this is the card we usually see about battles, competition. This is sometimes the Mean Girls energy card. It's usually you see the 5 young people fighting each other. There's no need for that any further. There's no need for this. It's like putting down the conflict, putting down the fight, letting it rest. Page of Wands kicking in here. Scooch this. 2 pages are in alignment with each other. We've got the fire and the water. This is excitement about something. The surprise that comes forward. There's excitement energy around this. There's excitement here too. This is why sometimes there is competition. I'm getting this. Settle down. Stay calm. If the Page of Cups were to come in a little bit more like a King of Cups, it would be helpful. The lesson of the King of Cups is to keep calm, to detach from the emotion. This is a surprise. It's going to be hard to not detach from it, but keep calm. The Four of Cups is usually a card of meh, of boredom, apathy. It's also a card of going within to your own soul, within your own spirit, and sitting and being with something for a moment. This is what I'm being called to mention. You usually see this guy sitting under the tree with his arms folded, kind of a closed position, very, very focused. Sometimes it's considered as meditating and going inward, and this is what it's saying. Go inward, sit for a moment, be with something, reconsider, think of it from a different point of view. Then here, the Knight of Wands, then go forward, charging forward. So you've got two knights, the swords and the wands here, the loudest, the fastest, the speediest of the knights. But don't go into battle. Take the excitement to carry forward. This is in, out, done. Boom. This is in, out, deadly. It needs to be in, out, done. It needs to be passionate, exciting, but not injurious. This guy's going forward with the wand. This one goes forward with the sword. Which one is more lethal? In the past, you've gone so recklessly that it's been a little more lethal, right? This is going forward with the excitement, but not the damage. You're going to communicate a little bit more clearly about what you're passionate about. Now, this is the outcome that you can charge forward with more fire and more passion. Let's see what's going on. Wow. Holy moly. Okay. I've got to scoot this so you guys can see. This is what just popped on top of that. So there's the Knight of Wands. We got the Ten of Cups, Death, and the Page of Cups. So I repeat, the surprise, the delight, the happiness, the happy ever after. The delighted time where you have almost bliss and harmony all around. You can't hardly help but get the harmony. You're letting go of some old way. You're letting go of the Reaper's weapon. You're letting go of the weaponry altogether. You're letting go of the fight, fight, fight energy. And you're surprised by the delight coming through again on this. It's huge, huge, huge for you. It can't get any better. It's like you are leaning into flight, not just getting off the branch to flight, but leaning into the feeling of flight, leaning into that feeling of going the lighter path, going and traveling a little lighter, letting the wind be under the wings. So good. So, so good. Anything else? The Death and Transformation energy. Yes, it's in the position of future. Yes, it's in the position of Knight of Wands, but it's already done. It's like this Reaper just wants to drop the scythe. He's done being the Reaper for right now. He wants to be done with this tricky, tricky stuff. Anything else? Two more. The Cornucopia and the King of Wands. The ability to lead forward, the ability to lead forward strongly. And then this joy coming through. Huge, huge, huge. This is like a breakthrough energy. This is a Cornucopia, one of plenty. Huge, huge, huge energy going on. Huge. There's something about this substantial Page of Cups that's bringing forth more of this energy that's going to add to and break through in a gentle way. I don't know how you have a breakthrough without breaking, but it feels like glancing through. If something glances by, if a butterfly glances by, just glancing through. Like flight, lightly moving forward towards the breakthrough. That's what I've got. That feels very complete. I love that for you. That's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, that's complete. Let me get some water and we'll check what's going on. You'll take a breakthrough without the breaking? Good. Yeah, that's great. It's very light. Light. Just, it's flighty, but not in the sense of being dizzy, but flighty in the lightness. Light. Renee for a blind? Okay, you got it. Just 1 second. Okay. Let's shift the cards here. And this is the Sacred Rose, and I just took the borders off the cards to differentiate on those ones. All right. And that is my oldest deck, and I love it. It's really old school, fabulous. So, all right. We're going to go for Renee for the blind next. I think I spilled a little water, but that's okay. Renee for the blind. Let's get out of here for a minute. Okay. Renee for the blind. Interesting. Okay, we're going to Dream Virtues Life Purpose cards. We're going to, I don't know if this is the Moonology Oracle. I want to say Moonology Oracle, but I'm not sure if that's what this is. And then Sandra Ann something Klingler or something like that. Sandra Ann's Energy Oracle for your blind. For Renee. Okay. Yeah, Cass's read was a mini. So, yeah. Q&A for the blind. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so the first card's coming down. We have practice, then we have yoga, and then we have travel. So this is the way they come. This is like a pillar. At the foundation of your pillar is the practice of something. If something is a meditative practice, if a doctor is in practice or they're opening up their own practice, this word is big, but this is applying the energy to the skill that you want to magnify. Yoga, this is saying stretching, and it will be enhanced. Now, whether you do yoga or not, we're talking alignment through stretch. That's what we're talking when we see yoga coming through. Alignment through stretch is important for you. This is the way you get energy channeling more efficiently. It's not just overcoming blockages or cleaning up energy in different chakra centers. It's also to have the efficiency of something. When you practice and you get muscle memory, there's something about efficiency. You get, so it comes second nature to you. This is what it's talking about. This is what's going on. And then travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. And I don't know what that is about or why. So no idea. I would like to explore that with the Energy Oracle when we get there. We're going to go to the Moonology deck next, and I think it's supposed to be on these sides. So that's what I'm getting. So this is the way we're laying it out. Now this one you can see on some of these cards I've written on the backs. If I've written notes that are from the book or notes that I like better than the book, I'll put it on the back. This one wants to flip it. We're taking this as self-love, and it says the waning crescent, and it's saying self-love. And the words I have on the back, radical self-empowerment starts from the inside, not enough or too XYZ. Oh, too much. If somebody says you're too big, too strong, you're taking up too much space, you're just too this or too that, they're full of shit. Choose to love yourself. If somebody is telling you you're too this, you're too picky, or you're too fat, or you're too tall, or this is self-love. And that was my note. If you're being too much, you're being you. You just be you. Let the rest of the world suck an egg. It doesn't matter. This self-love is important for you. You are not too much. Take up space. You are allowed to do that. You are meant to do this. Practice and honor who it is that needs to come through. That is you. That keeps you in alignment. Stretch yourself. You're never being too much of anything. If it's too much for someone else, that's their problem. That's a them problem. That's not a you problem. What else we got on this? Okay, this one wants to kick out. Protection. Look at this. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this is saying, identify fears, trust self, release worries, connect with the earth, do what you need to do. You are protected. Be confident. This is protection. This is also, you've got a waxing crescent and a waning crescent here. So you are in the midst of it right now. This is what's going on. And they are not directionally this way. They are directionally this way. That's how they come out. That's how they are meant to land. So hopefully you can see that well enough. Now we're going to go to this travel one, and I want to go to the Sandra Ann cards to see the energy around you. And I'm going to scooch this down just a little because you've seen that. And I want you to be able to see what's going to come out across the top. And I'm feeling like there should be 3 across the top here coming forward for you. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're getting caring connections. This is also calling in temperance energy to me. Balancing things. This is huge. This is others that want to protect and look out for you. The ones that don't tell you too much. They love you in your quirkiness or whatever it is that sometimes people in the past have been critical of. People love this about you. It's not too much. It's just not. The all tied up is when you're stuck in your own thoughts a little bit. The fish on the head is really funny to me. In this, it's like her bonnet is like the fish's head almost. And it's like fish, if you go into the Lenormand Tarot, if you get the fish card, there's usually many and plenty of them. And what it indicates is there is many of a thing. There is much of a thing. So there's a lot going on in your head. It's not too much. If you want your crown to be that high, if you want your hat to be that extraordinary, go for it. It's okay to have the many. It's okay to have a lot of a thing. Then we have the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Your heart is opening up and expanding. It's like this tightness that's been here needs to open, 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 open. And it's almost like it's being pushed from the inside to open. So there's this inner push to be, grow, 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 grow. And when people tell you to contract or be small or play small, that's their own issue. That's not a caring connection. That's not anybody that you need to spend a ton of time with. You just don't need to spend a ton of time doing that. That's not how it has to go at all. No way, no how. The caring connection is more important. And this is a temperance energy coming in. And with Raphael here, this is the healing energy coming in also. This is finding your own formula, finding your own balance. It's perfection for you. And anybody else can just be fine. They're all tied up. You don't have to constrain yourself at all. Let go of the limiting thinking and go ahead and be much, be more. Anything else? One more right here. Yes? Okay. Woman holding a coin. There's a delay in recognizing your own worth, recognizing your own treasure, and recognizing that you have the solution within. Was it something from the universe, at the edge of the universe, or Guide to the Galaxy, that says the answer to life is 42? But also, this is woman holding the coin. Think Queen of Pentacles. Think about all this energy that she has, that she understands about herself. She knows what she's got. She's taken a look at what's in her pantry. She knows what's there. She knows how to use it to its best. And when you have the self-love going on, and you're the woman that holding the coin energy, you're applying that towards self in such a way that you know what is valuable to protect for yourself. Your discernment about how you protect yourself, and your level of bullshit tolerance has changed. You're not going to put up with people that are insult artists, knockdown artists that are ingenuine. You're not going to put up with this. You're done with that. You're done. The limitations are now being released, being freed. You're understanding your value more and more and more. You've seen a bigger picture. You will travel more, experience more, but you're going outside these boundaries that may have been set from an earlier time for you. You're going beyond, going beyond, going beyond. This is what you're doing into connections that are deeper. You're going away from just the family of origin or the biological family. Not that you're leaving them behind, but you're expanding to the family that's soul family, that is bigger, that has been on the planet with you a time or two or three or four, again and again and again. And some of these connections are coming into play right now for you. Some of these connections that you've been working towards for your whole life to come into connection, they've been doing their work too. There's a synchronicity coming in right now, and I don't know what this is about, but there is a synchronicity coming in with these connections. You need to be in the place where you could learn the self-love, learn to treasure yourself more, to draw in these connections, for them to be in frequency with each other, to resonate with each other. This is what's going on for you. It's a big damn deal. Soul family's coming in a way that you understand. Not in a way that you need somebody as a guru, not in the way that you need somebody that's critical or telling you how to do, but just honors you as is, coming forward and standing in that truth, standing in that power. This is what's going on for you in a huge, huge way right now. Is the too much that was reviewed before, that was talked about before, is exactly what you should be. Exactly all of who you are that needs to come forward. You cannot play small just to appease anyone, and you don't have the stomach or the ability to do that anymore. This is not something that is your natural state. Your natural state is to be boisterous, is to be playful, is to be joyful. So you're going for that, going for that, going for that. That's complete. Holy smokes. Wow, that was big, big, big. Wow, kazow. Gorgeous reading. And good for you. Holy smokes. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay. All right. Chad pinned the blind oracle, so that's great. That's what we were doing just now, and that was fabulous. So that's what came forward. And then I think, are we done? Melissa Blind. Okay. I think that's an old comment. Next, Alicia Blind. Next up is Alicia Blind. Cassie's we just did, and Alicia's was on there next. We just did this. I did Renee's. We need Alicia Blind. Thank you. Thank you. We just did Renee's Blind. Alicia Blind. Let me get some water. Okay, and I'll choose the cards. You guys, I go in here and I am in the energy, and it's a wash. It's a wash. That's right. I got lost for a second, guys. I just did Renee. I know that. Firefly Nanny. I know that. How do you deal in the frequency? You deal in the frequency the best you can. I'm taking that as how you dial in the frequency and not just deal. I'm taking it as dial. How do you dial in the frequency? Keeping yourself in as much alignment as you can for you as you are, just perfectly as you are. Staying in alignment in your own integrity as much as you can. That's the truest way. It's like if you dial in the radio signal and it's just a little bit off and you hear a little bit of the fuzz on the old school, that's what it feels like. So just be in alignment to the best of your ability. It's not going to be crystal clear all the time, but it'll be crystal clear more and more often when you're doing it from the place that you are being true to yourself, true to your higher self, honoring what your heart and your spirit say, not just what is the emotional quick, or what is the impulse quick, but what is the deep longing of the heart and the higher self. That's how you stay in alignment the easiest. And if you're feeling overly top heavy or whatever, like your head's too much in the spirituality, you need to get earthy. Get your feet on the dirt, get your hands in the dirt, or do something that gets you grounded, that is like, watch Sherlock Holmes or whatever mind candy that's silly nonsense, that gets you into the daily grind just a little bit. Washing the dishes is a good way to ground. Believe it or not, you can ground or get inspiration because you're doing cross body, but you're connected with water energy, and it's very, very tactile. It's not something anybody really wants to do, but when you're getting your senses involved and cross mind, it's a good way to ground. So that's what I would say. So yeah, ground often. And you can carry jet or hematite with you if you have those stones handy. Those are good ones to do. So jet and hematite are really good on that. Also, I think red jasper is a good one for that. So I would try those. So that's what I'm getting for you. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to go to Alicia's reading in just a second. And then we're doing another blind reading. And this, I think, is the Moonology deck, guys. And you can see written on the backs. Gorgeous, gorgeous images coming through. Gorgeous on those. Beautiful, beautiful deck. All right, let me put these back here and back here. And then they can get shuffled up or put away or whatever. Put these away. You do have those crystals. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, break them out. And, you hear about people putting rocks in their bra or crystals in their bra. It's effective, but when you whip that off and put it in the laundry, don't be surprised if you lose a stone for a month. Just saying, it's been known to happen. Angelite stone. Had to get more angelite. Finally found it. Bottom of the laundry bin. Yeah, known to happen. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to Alicia's blind read. Alicia. Where are we at for you? Okay. All right. Alicia, this is what we got going on. I think we've got the earthly souls, the tattered wings. I don't know if this is earth magic or whatever going on. And I don't know what this one is. This is what we got. The hunter. And the path. There's two going on. Got the hunter and the path right here. There's two going on. I need to angle them towards me for a moment. This is coming through you in connection with another person very, very strongly. And it's coming in as if you're walking parallel. You, other person, you are hunter, they are path. They are help, guide, keep you on the path, like the rails on the bowling alley. Yeah? Unintentional inspiration of the path, unintentional bumper guidance going through here. This one, unintentional inspiration and divinity here. It's like they're the little owl and you're the witch here, but this is them. Unintentional guidance here. Here you are here, hunter, you divinity coming through. The seeker is what I'm getting. There's almost even a hermit energy here. You were meant to work with a partner on something. This is a partnering on the path, and I think this is somebody that's a friend. This may be somebody you've known for a long time. This may be somebody that's already in your field. This is coming in and you're both in this point where the seeking, and it primarily you're doing the seeking and they're doing the accidental stuff. If you were to ask people that know me and Phil, they might think that Angie is the hippie trippy one and Phil isn't, but Phil actually is. You guys know it because you experience him a little bit more in that way. He knows it. He calls it pot talk when he looks in the stars and it's so vast. Or when we went to Glacier Park and he said basically that, how can you not think there's something bigger or think that there's God when you see all this beautiful nature and you're up on the pathway to the sun up in Glacier Park? It's gorgeous. So there is that. It might be a little more hidden with this person, but it's definitely there. Very interesting. Now this is coming across arc this way. Don't know why. Okay. Excuse me, I swallowed wrong. What's the arc that's covering both of you? Okay. This is part of the spiritual journey that covers both of you. It's the shelter or it's the arc that you're both on. The Morrigan magic, the transformative magic that is sometimes in the shadows and the deep for this one. Change and transfer, transformation, moving, allowing more light to come in, allowing more gentleness in this one. That Gox is a very, very gruff type of exterior energy that we see, and sometimes that needs softened. This one is actually softer than presenting, wiser than presenting, comes in and there is change, and there's an honoring of the soft side of this other one. It's as if this bird could transfer into a full-blown person over here, but really, Sarah, really honoring that ability to transform and to change. The shapeshifter energy is coming through. This rootedness is just showing me the paths and the lives that you've walked before. Many. The extension of this going forward, hugely so. This one is coming through primarily as earth energy, and you're coming through more as the air energy coming through. I don't know what this is about. This is showing the both of you. In this particular lifetime, this one comes through as more grounded, more practical, more sensible. This is, yes, let's do this, but have you considered, but this one's coming through that helps remind you and helps you stay grounded, helps you stay pragmatic and practical in your dealing and what you're doing, makes room for your spirit to soar a little bit bigger, for you to have more knowledge, more wisdom to share, to make sure more of this can come through and be expressed in the way that there's a crack in the universe. This is the hunter, the seeker. There's a crack in the universe, and you're supposed to be letting this light through, letting this light shine through, letting it come through in the way that you do, while having this grounded energy for the both of you. It's not only reflective, it is also reflexive. It's a reflex. It is one does the other does the other. It is a reflexive. We have muscles that are like biceps and triceps here. One is a reflexive motion. When one extends, the other contracts. There's something about that nature in the two of you that is a good thing. It very, very much balances. Very, very much what each of you knew you came through to do on the soul path. Simplicity, perseverance, and time. It will feel like if you persist in doing and in working with this person, you'll get in this natural rhythm. You've done this before. It will come in more fluidly over time. The big obstacle will be met over time. Is like showing me how water can carve a canyon over time. When you learn to flow, water has the ability to carve a canyon, to carve through rock if it needs to, and the gift is there. So keeping it simple rather than assigning someone to be just like you, a carbon copy of you, allow them to be perfectly them. Allow you to be perfectly you. That's the simplest way possible. Allow the earth and air to move how it moves, right? All the elements are there for you to create, transform, transmute. And this is a pairing. Whenever you are in your truest energy, you have other partners, other people. One in specific is coming through strongly in this reading. Also, you need to know that whether it be with your sister, family of origin, whatever, when you are in this energy of the hunter and the divine, when you are in your higher self in this way, walking the path, those that are meant to be on the path with you, to teach, to lead, to help guide you, to work with you cooperatively as you move forward, will be there, have been there, already there. When you are walking in your divinity, others walk with you easily, and it's easy for this to forge forward, easy for this to move forward. You are grounded and rooted more when you're in this energy. This is the magic that is going on. You are to honor the magic that you have had that pops up here, pops up there, pops up here, pops up there, all through your life, and will continue to do so. Persevere on the path. Persevere on the path. You are the hunter. You are meant to help forge. That's what I've got. That's complete. Gorgeous. My goodness. That is a potent and heady combination of cards. Holy smokes. Wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Beautiful. I love this for you. Hopefully that makes sense. Now I'm checking my phone again. Yeah, that was just rockin' gorgeous. Holy cow. Okay, cast for a mini. You got it. Let me get these put away. Ah, good grief. So many cards. What am I going to do? I have another tray. Hang on. Let me move this tray out of the way and I'll get another tray pulled up. Because I'm just getting crowded. So 1 second. Okay. Put this here for now. And Cassie for a mini. Let's see what we can do. 1 second. We're going to the White Newman. That's unusual. That's where we're going. All right. Oh, sorry guys. That phone just kind of tipped. Yeah, we're in the paid list, guys. So not a problem if you didn't know, but there you have it. Question is on Venmo. Okay. For the mini, am I overreacting in marriage? Let's see. Let's take a look. Cassie. Same deck, second deck. I'm getting 2 lines of thought. You and your person, you and your partner not being on the same page right now. 2 lines of thought. This is one person's right here that I'm getting. We're going to do the second deck and we're going to read them in pairs this way. That's the way for this reading to go best for you. So let's take a look. Okay. I think maybe you are a little bit, maybe not overly sensitive, but perhaps taking things a little more serious when they need not be, or worried when you need not be. What we have is the Hanged Man that feels like stuck and needs a new perspective. And this feels like your line. This feels like your partner's line. That's what it feels like. Now, you trust your higher self over any tarot reader, me or anybody else. You know the truth of what is the truth and trust your higher self. Not what you want it to be, not just your emotions, but your intuition of your higher self. I can tell you what's in the energy right here and right now. All right? I can tell you what I'm seeing. But you're the one living your life. So this is not meant to take anybody's agency or dictate anything. I can just tell you what I'm seeing. What we've got here is the King of Cups is a little bit detached. He keeps calm and then does things. He's cool. He's detached. It's like, it doesn't mean that he's callous. He's not as cold as the King of Swords. But he keeps calm about a thing. He keeps calm. He's the most compassionate of the kings, but he also keeps calm. He doesn't do a whole lot of drama. It's like he's going to keep calm. So if you're worrying, and it tends to be like, tends to be your go-to on the worrying, and it just needs to settle down, and you're like in your head and maybe overthinking something. You probably are overthinking something a little bit, is what I'm getting. You need a new perspective instead of the overthinking, is what the Hanged Man is telling us. Now here we have going forward, Page of Cups and Page of Wands, the fire and water balance. Really good at the same spot. New start energy. Great balance. But it is a fire and water thing, so it has to be balanced. This one needs more of the balance. The new start, the excitement here, and the surprise here, and the delighted surprise here coming through. This new start energy. Then we've got the High Priestess and we've got the Hierophant. So High Priestess is here. I'm going to cover this up so it's not too much. It's a little bit much. High Priestess energy. Totally, this is coming through almost, it's rendered kind of the way of the star, so I'm going to put it up here so it doesn't create trouble. But she's just sitting there, very approachable, very ready to be receptive. And Hierophant, the established way. This one's going to go more the established way. There is certain things that the male energies and partners that have the masculine energy, so take it as the masculine, not necessarily just the male, but they tend to have this way of doing. They won't ask for things as readily as the feminine energy will ask. Like sometimes
Sometimes a dude just needs a simple sandwich and you've made his day and is a damn near miracle. Other times a dude might need cuddles, but they're never going to ask for cuddles. Sometimes we have to be receptive, and it's not like we're meant to just be in servitude or always asking, always fixing. But sometimes we're a little bit more in tune, and sometimes society has trained the masculine, or those with masculine traits have picked up this way of doing things and not asking when there is more emotion under the surface. And that's what it feels like. The traditional wisdom of the Hierophant is external wisdom, relying on tradition. The wisdom of the High Priestess, on the other hand, is internal wisdom. So you will know a thing in your heart and in your spirit probably sooner than they will. They will know, and they'll rely on tradition, and they might even be one of those that, yeah, I'm getting that, that relies on like confirmation as verification. So like with one of my kids, I would tell them, hey, this is a great idea, blah 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 blah, and they would hear it 2 more times from 2 other sources before suddenly, oh, that's a great idea. It happens with our spouses too. Sometimes they need an external validation. It's not that they're not hearing, it's not that they're not listening, but the external validation might be a part of their wiring, how they're wired to receive information. And when they get it, like from 1 source, from 2 source, from 3 source, then it's like boom, solid to them. So that might be what it takes. I'm not sure why it's coming through that way, but it is. Oh yeah, I'm going to leave that card right there. But it's very, very parallel, very, very much like complementary, very works well together. So I think the overreactive energy that's been kind of planetary for a lot of us might be something that you pick up on. You're a little bit more sensitive to in general, and it could be that you have this planetary influence going on, and it creates a little bit of turmoil in here. But I don't think that I don't think you need to worry, and I'm not trying to minimize or negate your feelings at the same time. I'm saying you are picking up on other energies as well. If you are sensitive and inclined to pick up other energies, sometimes they are tricky to sort out. Being in your head and thinking too much doesn't serve you, but the change of perspective is necessary. And that's what's going on in this. We see the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Limited thinking. This one is going to need to be a little bit led to the water before they drink. That's how this one is. They're limited in their thinking. It takes a little bit more work to get these swords down. This one, you are seeing tons of possibilities. This is where you're not on the same page. The way you think is different from each other. You can get on the same page, you can want the same things, have the same desire, but have totally different approaches. We have the Black New Moon, a little bit of a shadow lesson coming in for there, a little bit of the shadow lesson for this one, and the Sun here. So he's experiencing a little bit of shadow lesson, and you're experiencing illumination. It's not quite like the moon. It's not hidden mysterious lies, but it is a shadow lesson. He's experiencing a sense of contraction, a sense of limitation, and you're experiencing a sense of possibility and illumination and openness. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to have to work on something till it's second nature, and that's where you're likely going to end up, where you're working, you have to be patient for the harvest to come through. You might be disappointed in the interim, in the now moment for a little bit, but you're waiting for the harvest to come in. This one's going from King of Cups to Queen of Pentacles, knowing the value, knowing the worth, knowing the pragmatics, knowing where the value is at. This is his lesson going forward. So your lesson's a little bit different. Parallel, but a little different. That's what I'm getting coming in for you. Does that make sense to you? It completely makes sense? Good. Yay! That's what I'm getting. Is there anything else you need to know? We'll get to the third deck. Third deck of the White Newman. And again, this is why I edge my cards, guys. And I get the inks over at Joann's. And the water-based ones to me are a little bit easier to get on there than some of the oils in Experience if you want to do that to your cards. But yeah. But these are small enough that they're great size for shuffling. So to trim them down wouldn't serve. So let's see what's going on here. What's the overall lesson that they're both going to get? And this feels like it's going to be about a month. So I don't know what that's about, but it feels like about a month. So allow this time frame. Ease into things. But let's see what the lesson is overall. Cutting things out that don't serve. All these possibilities. You can have all these possibilities, but not all at once. And leaving behind what doesn't serve. So honoring the truth is important right now. Honoring the truth is most important as far as you being in integrity with you while allowing him to be in his own integrity. This is very much, you are meant to be your version of you, and your partner is meant to be their version of them. It's not something we're here to modify or correct someone or have them be our version of them. So that's what this is. And there's a longing to have a little bit more, but not a certainty of what that is just yet. Now, this is on yours. There's limitations on his near that position. Anything else on that? Yeah, new start energy coming. And this is about a month. This is what I'm getting. Spring is coming, but it's coming a little bit slower for their energy than for yours. So you're already feeling the urge to grow, the urge to expand, all of that. And they're a little bit slow on the uptake, but not terrible. So that's what I've got. So hopefully that's great. Glad that it helps. Really glad. And this is the White Newman Tarot. Really a beautiful one. A little bit more modern in the art and in the imagery, but really quite a good one. So yeah. Let me get some water and we'll see what's going on. It makes sense. Good, good, good. Carol-Ann has Carol-Ann been refunded? Let me check. It says the correct amount. Thank you so much for patience. Truly do care. I think you best. I don't know that it has. I mean, I'm trying to pull this up. Status complete. So I'm seeing a payment for $30 now. Now let's go. Cause okay. There. Come on, Venmo. Venmo. Come on, Venmo. Okay. Going here. Go home. There we go. I am seeing plus 3,000, and then I'm not seeing, let's see if I can refresh. Hang on. This is me learning how Venmo works, because this really is, Phil generally does this. It doesn't look like it has been refunded, but I know that Phil will be on it. If he says he's on it, he's good on it. So give me just a second. Pay USD $1. I'm not sure what that is. We're going to go back out of that unless Phil tells me to do that. Okay. So, oh, yes. We finally got to the screen. It's been there for a few minutes, but yeah, you have the refund. So Carol-Ann, you should totally have that. It's been sent. Yes. You guys are seeing me learn in modern time. Yay! Oh, guys. Okay, so if there is a mistake or an overpayment, it's always going to be made fair and be made right, because that's just how it is. So yay! Oh, I'm so glad it worked. I'm so glad for Phil. Even from Colorado, that man is helpful to me and loves you guys and loves this. Polar ponytail. Yeah. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. So glad. Awesome. Okay. So, Carol-Ann. Okay. The correct amount. Thanks for the patience. Thanks, Carol-Ann. Thank you. Okay, Kim, what do we got next? What a busy day it's been. Holy cow. Crazy kind of a day, but that's good. It's all good. The list is clear. Should we do a collective and then sign off? Poor Phil. Here's working. You know what? He knows you're a regular. He knows, and he's happy to do that. He would not be upset about it at all. No. He'd just be like, if it was me in that situation, or if it was him in that situation, he would just want it to be gently fixed. So it's gently fixed. So let's just go and let's take a look and do, let's go in the Akashic Tarot for another general, and we'll call it good. I want to go into the Akashic, and that's unusual for me. This one reads a little differently than the regular. It's its own kind of system, so we're going to read it kind of more oracle. Yeah, everything worked out fine. It's going to be just fine. And it's good for people that haven't been in. They can see that, hey, yeah, this is how it's going to go. So we got a few extra reads in, did some stuff. That's good. All right. Going in now to the Akashic. Is there a lesson from the field? Yes, there is. Mo's like, yeah, Mo's very pleased. She hasn't been as vocal lately. Mo's very pleased. He's like, you got that, kid. You got it. Da-da. Okay. All right. Is there a lesson from the field? Absolutely. Like, a lesson from the field. I'm getting a little tune of an ice cream truck. Outside there's actually a siren going, but I got the tune of like the ice cream trucks when we're kids and there's ice cream trucks around the neighborhood. That's what comes in. The bird's nest, the willows, the 2 and 3 of forces. And these have been shuffled in with me for years, so this must be important. The King of Keys and the Hilarion. Oh. Wisdom of the Ages says survey the battlefield before going deeply into it. Understand the forces at play are trying to clear, cleanse, and nourish the earth, nourish what's going on, nourish our souls, our higher wisdom, bring more of the emotional current of flow going forward to go, and what is deeply rooted needs to be washed away so as to not get root rot. And so in order to expand, bird's nest coming in, letting the bird's nest be the space where we can see the higher perspective. Pay attention to the birds around you right now. This is spring. This is their time. This is their time. You will see different things going on. Pay attention to the winged creatures right now. There's going to be huge cicada craziness. I don't know if birds eat cicadas or whatever, but there's luckiness going on within the winged creatures, even though it feels like a little bit of a pestilence in some places in the world. There's luckiness going on. There's fortune coming in. There is a cleansing energy washing through. There's not just distortion. There's not just this fire energy. The Oracle of Delphi present in the house. And Archangel Raphael. The Oracle of Delphi was consulted before there would be like wars and things like that. They would consult the Oracle and see how to proceed. And then the Archangel Raphael. There is a healing energy that needs to be more present on this planet, and it is up to us to bring it forward in our own individual daily life. We can't control what the heads of state or heads of different countries will do. What we can control is how we practice compassion, how we practice kindness, how we pay it forward for others, how we heal ourselves, and how we heal others or add to that healing to lift the vibration of the planet. When we do things that are good for ourselves, self-care, when we offer the kind word or a compliment, the true compliment, when we offer patience and compassion, then we are offering healing. Raphael is here saying, offer this energy up forward. The Oracle of Delphi says it ripples out further than you think. It helps to allow this flow to move forward rather than to be impeded. When people get too much their undies in a bunch, too much in their worrying energy, before they survey the landscape, before they see the lay of the land or see it from the other person's point of view, it's like damming up things, throwing all kinds of rocks into the stream or into the creek or into the river, and so it dams things up. It creates blockage that's not meant to be there. It impedes the flow that is trying to come forward, and it will come forward regardless of what the world is trying to do in the land of chaos and crazy. There's enough of us here now that understand how to get in the energetic flow and to continue an energetic flow, to allow those parts of our higher self to help heal the parts of ourself that have been hurt rather than continuing to do damage. Hilarion is here, offering wisdom, offering this understanding of truth. There have been times and periods of peace on the planet, on the earth. There's been times where there's cycles of disruption and destruction that go forward, and then there's a time of peace. There have been cycles of divine masculine being stronger, divine feminine entering in before. This is growth and expansion of the universe. This is something that akashically, historically, cosmically has happened not only on this planet but on many others, where there is this cycle for dominance and this yielding that has to come into play. We are on a planet of duality, of high contrast. We see in front of us in the news, whatever, a lot of the contrast of things that are what we would like to not have happen. This is the time for us to really, in our prayer, in our sending good vibes, in our mindset, and in our own essence, in our being, as we telegraph our own energetic signature out there, it is the time to promote peace, to pray for peace, to have this peace that we carry and energetically send out. It helps in the ripple effect more than we know. A way of seeing that happen is by offering grace to other drivers instead of road rage. By offering somebody to go ahead of you in line when you have like 55 different objects and they have 3. There's ways we can practice grace, show grace to others, show patience with our own self and our own development, our own lack of understanding and our own understanding thus far. We are where we are supposed to be. We are not off our path And the wisdom that is coming forward in whatever form it is right for the time. It could be no other way. This will rebalance. It will take a little bit of time. There are people that are trying to throw more rocks in the river to block the flow from happening, to hold on to the power grabs that are of the shallow variety rather than the deep spiritual emotion that wants to roll forward, that wants to flow forward. This is what's happening. Watch the birds. They do have the higher perch. Even if you watch the birds and as they're chirping to each other, you could, yes, you can hear in their tones when they're chirping to each other. And it's almost like you can almost imagine conversations between one like, yeah, are you going to go get this? Yeah, we need to get some more feathers for the nest. We need to go get some more worms for the kids. Yeah, those eggs are going to hatch anytime now. We need to have that. We need to have that. We need to have that. And then you hear this other one just chirping a little bit like, yeah, we got this. Yeah, we got this. It's going to be okay. Calm down, Marge. You know, that's what we got. It's like the birds chirping to each other. You can hear almost just by the tone and the cadence that they use the message. It's not that we're all suddenly speaking bird, but it is the cadence and the tweet. And you can hear this. You can hear this going forward in the way that they communicate. If you hear sharp or shrill chirps and things like that, be mindful of your own sharp and shrillness as you communicate. If you're communicating very staccato, very chatty, quick, dial it back, understand what's going on, take that as a clue. That's what we've got going on. That's what's coming through the Akashic. Mo says I've got it covered. So yeah, that's what I've got. Holy cow, beautiful, beautiful reading. And this is the Akashic Tarot. Really does excellent reads, but really is its own different system. If you are first starting out with tarot, I wouldn't recommend this because it's so different than Rider-Waite usually. You can pay with PayPal. Here's the payment information. I'm seeing that, Emerald. This is the payment information. Double check your spelling. People will misspell it. The E does come before the I in Feisty. That's the most common misspelling. But if you send it to the wrong person out of misspelling, of course, there's calm people out there. So just Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. And this is how you can do it if you want to get a paid reading. So, and I'll probably be taking tomorrow off, so no problem. I'm happy to hang for a bit today. It's been kind of a good day to do that anyway, so it's like, okay, cool. So that's what I'm doing. But let me know. Yeah, $20 blind is where you get the read you need. You don't ask a question. I just go into, here's the Oracle deck. You can kind of see what's going on there. So I go into that, or sometimes I blend it with the tarot, depending, whatever I'm feeling called to. You get the read you need. You don't ask a question. That's the blind reading. If you want the year ahead, that's 30, and that's usually a baker's dozen, and we start from the month we're in and go around. Usually a baker's dozen or so. If you want a mini, it's also 30. A full is 40 if you want those in the tarot. So a mini tarot reading with one question, or a full with one question. Or if you want to do some of my specialty reads for $50 are Past Life, Crystal Ball with Tarot, or Bones with Tarot. And those are also fun. Past Life is probably one of my favorites to do. So that's what we've got going on. I'm going to get a little bit of water and then I'll look at the phone and see what's going on. So, okay. So hopefully I covered the commercial well enough. And please let Kim know what's going on if you paid for a read, because she just helps me keep my head on straight. Kim or Chad or sometimes Steph, but Steph I think is in Colorado and on vacation. So yay for Steph. But we'll see what's going on. Okay. So I'm going to check and see if anything's come through. We'll see. Come on, goofy thing. Okay, I think Cassie's was the last one to come through. Will I be here on Monday? That's a big fat maybe. Let me look. I think my friend is going to come over Monday, but she's going to come over around, I think, noon. Well, wait a minute. Monday morning. I don't know that I will be. There's 50-50, maybe even a 70-30 that I won't. Let me double check. Maybe I will try and come on tomorrow because I think my friend that's helping me decorate is going to come over. So we'll see what's going on with that. Hang on. I'm trying to go. Oh, hello. Hopefully. Let me go back to. Okay, can you guys see me? Hopefully you can see me. I think that actually I probably won't be on Monday, so maybe I'll try Sunday. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll see. Monday is the 22nd. Yeah, I think that I'm going to be decorating for most of that day, but I think Wednesday I will be on. So that's what I will plan on next Wednesday. And if I can do tomorrow, I'll see what I can do tomorrow. Monday she's coming over, I think, early. And then we're going to be decorating. And then Tuesday, she's going to stay the night. She's like my sister from another mister. And almost every time I've decorated in my life. She understands what my brain wants to do. We gather whatever it is we want to put together, and it comes out so much prettier than I would imagine. It's like just perfect. So she's coming over and going to help with that. So that's what I think we're doing. So yeah, the 22nd over 23rd is I think when she's scheduled to do that. So she can drop her kids off and do that, and then the next day, like they're going to stay with their grandma, and then the next morning she'll go home probably by lunchtime or whatever, and see what, or when she needs to pick up the kids. So that's what we've got going on. So if I can get on tomorrow, I will. If not, it might be till Wednesday. We'll kind of see how it goes, but that's what's going on. So that's what's going so far. So if you want to get a read, happy to help you get a read right now. Happy to help you as long as the vocal cords will hold. And then tomorrow, if the vocal cords are okay, possible. Not sure. We'll see. And we'll see what's going on with the rest. Or we might just see it on next Tuesday evening, Wednesday, something like that. So we'll see. So that's what we got. And if you haven't been in before, this is like the card collection, the mess collection right now. Kind of. But you can kind of see what's going on. And then you can see cards, more cards. Yeah. So you can see it's a lot. So yeah, that's what's going on. So you guys are pretty great. I think that we're all caught up. I think everything was corrected. So I think the list is clear. Is there anything else? Kim, I think we did break 600 this week. I think we did. Because, like, I had to get a second of that unfolding path. I mean, guys, this is a beautiful deck. Don't underestimate it. When I saw it, I thought, okay, it's modern. It's nice. Every time I picked it up since I was starting with it, I have loved it. Loved it. So I finally got a second deck of it. It is beautiful. I mean, look at that. Gorgeous. So it is beautiful. So if that is it, and if the list is clear, then maybe I'll take a break and possibly be on tomorrow. We'll see how we can do. But we'll see. It might be that it maybe till Wednesday before I'm on again. And maybe I'll post just a little bit of content. We'll see what's going on. But that's what's going for now. And I probably ought to, oh my gosh. It's 1:57, guys. It's almost 2 o'clock. Holy cow. Thank you for being here with me, guys. I think I'm going to go. No wonder. It feels like it's been a little while. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I so appreciate your help. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everyone. I so love doing this. I love it. Check out what's going on YouTube. I'll upload the reads if you didn't catch a read, or if you want to see some of the others. It won't be time-stamped, but I'll post it probably within the next couple of hours. So that's what I got. All right. Big love to you all. Mwah. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye, guys. Take care. Okay, coming around to end the show.